I'm sure as shit not ready for whatever it is you're about to say on this podcast. Welcome to the 150th episode, I guess. The celebration of the 150th episode. We don't know exactly which one it is. Yeah, we lost count. 150 is a big number.
I'm shocked we've made it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
We've had some lost episodes, so that's why it's off.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like we don't know if this counts like the infamous lost episodes, whatever. But welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's a celebration.
Yeah,
yeah, I got a mic.
Oh my God, Jeff even has a mic. Jeff, you should be the host of this.
No.
MC.
I'm gonna turn you up.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's going good. Like, how is everybody?
It's going.
We living.
It's going. Yeah. This is neither the worst nor best week of my life.
That's
cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we have decided, with our grand authority, to spend our 150th episode addressing our biggest ops, the Grammys. Or at least mine.
That's a good idea.
We thought we would look back at every single winner of Best Hip Hop Album and tell them where they went wrong.
Yeah.
Unless they didn't go wrong. There is definitely at least a few instances where they were correct. So, like,
some of these were hard to miss.
Yeah, some of these are hard to miss. There's at least a couple where I'm like, I don't think any of these are S tier, but I think they ended up picking the right one. Like, I think it is like kind of funny whenever you look at, like, I don't know, the Grammys, or even like when me and Jeff did the freshman class episode, and we looked back at every freshman class. It's like, oh, it's always been a mixed bag. Like, whenever. Like, it is never as bad as you remember it or as good as you would want it to be. You know what I mean? Like,
but I mean, I guess that's art.
Yeah, it's like looking back at like the early freshman class. It's like, yeah, you're right. It's not great now, but like they were putting B.O.B. on this stuff, on this shit in the second.
I'm pretty sure Asher Roth was on one of those years.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's all the same shit. But
yeah, we're gonna take every single album. We're gonna rank them in the same fashion of scores in session, and we will actually be talking about the other nominations as well. See where they get it wrong.
Yeah, see where we got along. See what the competition is. Let's start off with 1996. I was 4.
I was not alive.
Yeah,
I was being born.
Yeah. So, winner of this one was Naughty by Nature, who I'm familiar with. Poverty's Paradise, one of the 2 Grammy winners I've never heard.
I'm not gonna lie, I intentionally did not go back to listen to this so I can still stand on my.
Yeah, I didn't want to go treat this like homework. I wanted this to be a reflection of what I actually listened to, and I'm kind of shocked because I have listened to the vast majority of them.
I don't know who this is. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm shocked you don't know who Naughty. I am shocked you don't know who Naughty by Nature is.
At least it's not coming into mind right now.
I know this is one of their best albums.
I got nothing.
But to see it go up against Me Against the World, Tupac.
Yeah.
In East 1999, Eternal with Bone Thug.
Yeah. So I think we're going to skip the grading on this one because I don't think anyone has heard this album. So I don't think it's fair for us to give it a grade. So NA.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is fitting, though. It's for the time.
Yeah, for sure. And like I think like of the time is absolutely something that we need to be reminded of every time we do this.
Yes.
Like even some recent ones. But like let's look at the nominees because I've heard at least 3 of the nominees, and that's Tupac's Me Against the World, Bone Thugs and Harmony, E1999 Eternal, Old Dirty Bastard, Return to the 36 Chambers, the dirty version, and Skilo, I Wish.
I wish I was a little bit taller. Is that the song?
No, that's not that one.
Okay, I was gonna say.
God,
I'll be real with you guys. I'm not extremely familiar with either of these albums except Me Against the World and Return to the 36 Chambers. I have heard that Bone Thugs and Harmony album though. It's just that it was in my early days when I was like really obsessed with like listening to all the classics.
Wait. I'm listening
That
to
is-
it. This is I wish
Yeah,
I was,
Brandon,
I
you're
wish I was a little
wrong.
bit
That
taller.
is.
What
This
That
is
is
the
I wish I was a
Win
little
song?
bit taller.
is it?
Yeah.
I knew
Oh,
I
I
was.
thought that was like some. Oh no, that song probably samples it. I have no idea.
We learned something today.
Yeah, I had no idea.
We're gonna
Like
learn
I'm
about
thinking of like some Hot Topic MySpace pop punk song from when we were in high school.
I know
Yeah,
what you're
that
talking
was
about.
that was
yeah.
they remade it.
Sample
Yeah,
of-
they.
yeah.
Okay,
It was when
I didn't
when
know it
punk-
was a remake. It's 1996. I don't. Are you expecting me to know everything?
No, but
No,
but
no,
when
no.
that
We're
came
just
out-
saying like it
Yeah.
actually is
But when
that
that
song.
came
Yeah.
out, that was on
not-
the punk went hip hop or whatever back in the time.
I don't know if it was. I don't think it,
It
was.
was.
No, it wasn't. That song, I think it was. No, I don't think that was one of them. I would know because my sister was obsessed with it.
Really?
Yeah, just I heard that remake song a million times.
It did get popular again, so
yeah.
that's completely fair. Dirty old bastard, 36. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the one I'm more familiar with because I went through a heavy Wu-Tang phase in like 2010 to 2012, and I like Old Dirty Bastard a lot. However, I would probably say this should have gone to Me Against the World.
I think that's completely fair. I have no arguments against that.
Yeah,
I would agree, but I think for the time, because Naughty by Nature, it was still big in the like hip hop rap groups.
yeah.
So
No, definitely. And I think, like, just because something was super, like, it definitely could be something that was, like, very relevant at the time. But I think just, like, looking back, Tupac has clearly been someone whose legacy has been very omnipresent.
And what's actually kind of insane, he did not win any Grammys. So, like, this would have been a very obvious pick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone ever tries to tell you that the Grammys are the rule of law in music, Cardi B has more Grammys than Tupac.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. Like,
Cardi
just
B
think
has more
about that for a
Grammys than
second.
a lot of artists. We can do this all day.
Yeah.
No, we can. That's what I'm saying. It's like never let the governing body of something tell you what's right, and we can carry that into all kinds of things going on today. Moving on.
That has literally been my point the entire history of this podcast.
Yeah, facts.
Like,
It's just never been
like,
more clear.
The Grammys is decided by a marketing, by a boardroom full of marketing executives. Like, it is like the least reflective of like a lot of people's opinions of all the big culture awards.
Yeah,
but
just
like
sucks
they're
when they get it right.
Yeah, but they're not wrong all the time, and sometimes they're in a rough situation. Enter 1997.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
This is a crazy year.
I was born.
Yeah, this is 5 albums that on any given year could have won best album. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that like I know a bunch of these albums really well, but I have heard all of them.
Yes.
Except one, which I'm certain is absolutely one I should not have missed, and that's LL Cool J's Mr. Smith. But the Fugees, the score is like one of the first classic hip hop albums.
Yeah,
absolutely deserves it.
Like, I think the Fugees score is absolutely an S.
I'm totally fine.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely in the S. Like, it is a legendary group. Is this the one I'm correct?
This
beginning of Lauryn Hill, right? One of the most important figures in hip hop. However,
everyone, Wyclef
Jean, such an important group, such an important moment, such an important album.
This album, out of all the albums in '97, this album has the most influence.
Do you really think?
Today.
Do you really think that's true?
Because like tough saying that,
I see where you're coming from, but like
I think this one had more influence. Like, All Eyes on Me might have some, but this was Tupac's last album, and what happened in this year, I mean, we'll go back to see happen in another year, like with an artist's final album that came out after they died.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So to top it off, like, I give the score an S, but like I think we should debate if it actually deserves to, because All Eyes on Me is a classic. And yes, it's like Tupac's posthumous album, but I don't know. It's the one I feel like people go back to all the time. Like
All Eyes on Me. Oh yeah.
I
mean,
like,
it's got
like by
ambitions as a
virtue
writer.
of being like Tupac's, I don't want to say his best album, but like by virtue of being one of Tupac's most popular albums, the influence there is crazy. And then you also have Coolio's Gangster's Paradise, which is, really like the first time you saw like the heartfelt hip hop and the gangster hip hop come together, which seeds a lot of ground for a lot of artists we love today. Now, the ones that I'm easy being like, I think the score is easily better than would be the Tribe Called Quest album, Beats, Rhythm, and Life. Good album, not their best album.
I'd say not even their best.
Yeah, not even their best album. So to me, honestly, like I think these are three iconic, like incredibly influential albums. I personally would still give it to the score, like just like feeling it right now, talking it through. But fuck, I'm open to an argument. I think there's.
I mean, I would still give it to the score because like the influence on that album isn't just on hip hop; it's on R&B also.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And neo soul, like it kind of like was part of that movement in the 90s to kind of break neo soul off from something that wasn't just hip hop and like because like R&B in the 90s, we all love it, but it's a very specific sound.
Yeah.
And this was like trying to move to a new place with it. So Jasper, I assume you haven't heard many of these albums.
No, I've heard. I mean, All Eyes on Me. I think I'm one of the heavier Tupac listeners on this podcast.
Probably are, actually.
I've heard Gangsta's Paradise. I've heard Beats, Rhymes, and Life. The only two I haven't heard are The Score and Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
I highly recommend The Score. Like it is. Yeah. Very soulful.
Yeah, I do think we can't understate the lasting impact of All Eyes on Me. I'm not saying that it deserves it over The Score because I haven't listened to The Score, but I'm just saying like I think I agree. In hindsight, like the fact that I have never even seen the album cover for this album and I'm like deeply ingrained in All Eyes on Me and like the lore of that album is like pretty telling.
Yeah. I don't know. I think The Score is a pretty iconic album, but album cover. But yeah, like I completely agree with you. Like All Eyes on Me, you cannot overstate its influence. That is absolutely true.
A quarter of his greatest hits album comes off of this project. It's insane.
Yeah, and it's like, I think it might be fair to say that like The Score probably had a wider influencing several genres at once.
Totally.
Whereas I think All Eyes on Me is like a deeper influence within hip hop. I think people are still trying to be Tupac.
Yeah, it's like a genre defining moment for like a singular genre or like maybe a less popular genre at the time versus like instrumental kind of like genre shifting things across like several. Yeah.
100%. I agree with you. All right, let's go on to 1998. And here I love that I have not heard this album.
Winner, this is a win. This is a win for us.
The winner is No Way Out, Puff Daddy and the Family.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Foreshadow.
Yikes.
I mean,
make it stop.
You say about Puff. Yeah, trash the man all you can. But this album, you got to think about the Grammys at that time. Biggie just got killed.
Oh yeah,
and on this album, you got I'll Be Missing You. So they made a big performance out of that. They made a big deal out of this album.
I'm not denying that. I just think it's funny that there's 29 of these, and this is one of the two, and this is what's going on right now, right? I understand.
Don't get me wrong.
That like 1997 was 1998 was a different world.
And I believe the only reason he won this album or this award is for I'll Be Missing You.
Yeah, definitely. And like that's the Grammys kind of
like
thing.
Biggie, Life After Death, or Wu-Tang should have won this year.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so No Way Out by Puff Daddy and the Family won. The other nominees were, I think, a very strong year. Missy Elliott, Super Duper Fly, Wyclef Jean presents the Carnival. Biggie, Life After Death, and Wu-Tang Forever. And like,
Wow.
I agree with you. It should have been Life After Death or Wu-Tang Forever. But like, I'll keep it real. Super Duper Fly is also a really good album.
It is.
Like,
it is.
Missy
Definitely.
Elliott is also,
she's underrated.
It's like kind of crazy because I think you're right. But like, I feel like she does get a lot of praise. I feel like she just still does not get all the praise she deserves. You know what I mean?
But when people talk about top female rappers, she gets overlooked.
She should absolutely, yeah. Like people go to either the modern rappers or Nicki Minaj or Lauryn Hill, and it's like Missy Elliott is like.
I even hear Lil' Kim more than Missy Elliott,
which is wild to me.
That is true.
Yeah, you're right. Wild, but I don't know. I think Go ahead, Purvis.
I was gonna say I'm quickly coming to the realization that it was way more competitive back then than it was now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there are certain years where it's like,
because all 3 of these years has had at least 3 potential winners.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it shakes out when we get down there.
I mean, we'll see the turning point because there's a couple years that I see.
Yeah, but so I'm gonna go NA on No Way Out. I feel like I can't effectively say it. Honestly, if you're asking me personally, I would have voted for Wu-Tang Forever.
Yeah.
I would
have voted for Wu-Tang Forever just because I prefer. I'm a bigger Wu-Tang fan than Biggie. Life After Death is a phenomenal album that came out at like it's.
I would give this like a C.
What?
Wu-Tang Forever? Oh, you're talking about
no.
No Way Out. No Way Out.
No Way Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally again, I haven't heard the winner. If I had to pick between Life After Death and Wu-Tang, I'm going Life After Death for this one. Specifically the remaster, because that one's just it's the full package. And like the number of hits that also came off of that album is just crazy. Yeah. Like Hypnotized was on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hypnotized, 10 Crack Commandments. I mean, Sky's the Limit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's one of those albums that just keeps giving. Because albums, that's the thing, right? Like going back down this, I did make this a little bit of a homework assignment. The length of albums then, where it was basically like shipping 2 albums every time you put something out, it's just staggering. Like Speaker Box and Love Below, we'll get to it later, but 2.5 hours. Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yep. Sure.
All right. Are we going Life After Death? I personally stand on Wu-Tang Forever, but
that's fair.
I'm happy to be outvoted.
I think it's a coin flip, honestly. Like you could,
like
depends on the mood.
To be outvoted. I get it. Like I'm not. Yeah. All right. So I guess what Purvis say it.
No, I was gonna say I'm only gonna put the grading for the actual winner.
Yeah.
But like we could just talk about who we want to win or should have won.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What's the next one? 1999? Okay, here's a good one. 1999, Jay-Z, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life.
Jesus.
Great album. Great album. I'm not the biggest Jay-Z fan in the world. That's the thing.
This is definitely deserving. This is one of his top albums.
This is one of his top albums. And to be honest with you, like we have, the runner-ups
out of that year.
Yeah, the runner-ups or the other nominees are A Tribe Called Quest, The Love Movement. Good album, not their best.
Not
Big
enough.
Punisher, Capital Punishment.
Not enough.
Big Pun. I mean, that's the only album that I would even
Capital,
consider.
Yeah, I have heard Big Pun's album. Jermaine Dupri, Life in 1472. Sorry. And Harlem World. Sorry. Volume 2, though, is a very, very good listen. Hard Knock Life.
Yeah, I think this is not.
Like I think.
To be honest, I don't think.
To be honest, like I don't know if I give it an S or an A. I would probably go with like an A strong.
I'd go A.
I would go like
A.
Yeah, I'd go A. Yeah, I'd go A plus. I don't think it's his best album, but I think it's incredible, and I think it's clearly the most deserving.
I haven't done my due diligence for my Jay-Z deep dive.
I feel like I have not done my due diligence for Jay-Z. I had the phase where I went through a lot of classic albums.
Yeah.
And I listened to everything Jay-Z like maybe once or twice. And then like I was really into the albums that came out like while I was like an active listener, you know. Loved 444, loved
With Jay-Z,
Magna
we would
Carta.
have to do an episode. If we did an episode on Jay-Z, we would have to do a debate on which trilogy is better, the Blueprint or the Volume series.
We would. I would have to listen to all those again. But
I was gonna say that he was going to be the next actual like year person, like we did MF Doom. He was gonna be the next.
Jay-Z is a good one. All right. Well, that one's easy.
Yeah, no, that's
okay. Time to bring up the elephant in the room when we talk about hip hop Grammy winners.
The Great White Hope.
Yeah, the Great White Hope.
won the most.
2000, the winner was Eminem for the Slim Shady LP.
Is this his first?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's like
I gotta be honest. There was only one project before this that was fully released, and that was Infinite.
Yeah, Infinite, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was 1998, I'm pretty sure. But I gotta be honest, for like a first effort, this is an insanely polished, like very high level album. Like it's really impressive, even today.
Yeah.
It is. I can't deny it. And I'm not even the Eminem fan. There's 2 songs on this album.
Yeah. No, it is. It's hard to deny. It is hard to deny the quality of this one. I think, you know, because I didn't get into hip hop until several years after this. You know, I probably listened to the Slim Shady LP and the Marshall Mathers LP all the way through for the first time, like in the same afternoon.
Interesting.
I much prefer the Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the albums on here, I'll keep it real with you. I haven't heard any of them besides Nas.
Besides what?
Nas.
I Am by Nas. Yeah.
Like
I'm not as familiar with the others. Yeah.
Yeah. Like The Roots, I have a ton of respect for. I've heard The Roots. I've not heard this album all the way through. Missy Elliott, another one, you know. And Busta Rhymes, ELE. I pass me by. So it's like, yeah, dude, for cultural momentum, it is an incredibly stellar, like, first proper album. It's hard not to see it.
It really is.
No, it is. That's totally valid. Yeah, it feels just as much about like shifting tonality in like what is pop culture at the time, right? Where it's like this is what takes rap mainstream, therefore it is what is celebrated in this case, unfortunately. But with that said, like I think there are much more glaring examples of that happening on this list where it's unfortunate. Luckily, this is still an album that I think is like pretty top tier, lyrically, musically, production wise. Like it does have it. It just happens to be in really strong company, you know?
Yeah. No, yeah. So I'm gonna give this one an A rating, just because I can't give it an S because of the inevitable future. Not that I can't, but I'm gonna give it a strong A. I think it deserves.
This is an A.
I think it deserves its Grammy. Shall we move on to 2001, the year the world changed?
I mean,
well, Jeff, what do you have to say about Slim Shady? You've been an Eminem fan for a very long time.
Oh, I mean, I think this, like Jasper's already touched on everything. It's one of the most polished first albums that we've ever seen from Eminem.
From anyone.
I think, exactly, literally from
maybe
anyone.
not Snoop Dogg, but yes, he's up there.
Yeah, he's up there.
You know who? But we can't forget that Dr. Dre is the one that produced the album.
Yeah, and it's a strong lineage.
Like anytime you have Dr. Dre on your album, especially your first album,
that's a huge point. Yeah, because you know who else I'm thinking of, and maybe it's just because I see them as very similar stylistically in some ways. You know who has an album that reminds me of the Slim Shady LP is Jid with the Forever Story.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's super influenced by Eminem.
Yeah, his first few projects were just Eminem beats. Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, so a lot of respect
this
here.
Perfectly into him winning back to back in 2001.
2001 back to back with the Marshall Mathers LP.
Dude.
This one I feel even more conflicted on because
Really?
because I like the Marshall Mathers LP a lot.
Yeah.
This is an undeniable classic.
Yeah.
Right. This is like as required listening as anything else that we've put out. I think specifically with Dr. Dre, I think there is much stiffer competition this year. Right? Like I think
DMX too.
I think Dr. Dre 2001, DMX is huge. And controversial opinion here, Country Grammar is an incredible album.
Yeah.
Like it's pop rap.
Yeah.
That's an incredible album. Right?
It
so
is.
it's like once again, it's like I feel conflicted because like I like Marshall Mathers LP even more. It's a clear S for me. Clear S grade.
and in 2001 stacked with DMX, and then there was X 2001 by Dre, Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And like you said, Country Grammar.
Yeah, Country Grammar. This is a stacked year. Like the Slim Shady LP sticks out like way more than this one does. Like once again, do I? Oh, God,
This is tough. Now
am
that
I
I'm looking at-
ultimately like, oh shit, like?
I would
like,
give Marshall Mathers LP an S because look at the year.
I give it an S for sure. I give the album an S for sure. I'm just still debating, is it the best album of these 5 though?
It is.
'Cause
and
it's
I'll tell you
not-
why.
Yeah, it's not the only S though. That's the thing. Like
It's not the only S. That's right.
I'm willing to hear, like, because I'll keep you real. I've listened to Marshall Mathers LP way more than I've listened to Dr. Dre, and like I am not a huge Eminem fan.
I would have
just-
given this 2001.
So I have listened to both. I have listened to both probably equally between Marshall Mathers LP and 2001. And here's what I will say about them, right? Eminem is on one of the bigger and more influential songs on 2001, Forgot About Dre.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre is on one of the least influential songs on Marshall Mathers LP, Bitch Please 2, which is still a great song. But Eminem has the momentum to carry that entire album, including all the hits in the first half, without any featuring like that at all. And like the number of classics that come out of it, like we're talking about Stan. Like Stan is to this day a verb that people use in just
ironically not
describing
as much
things.
Ironically, not really as often in hip hop culture. I feel like it's much bigger in pop and K-pop. But yeah, you're right. Like it literally changed the language. And Stan, I don't give a shit. Top 5 hip hop album of all time, hip hop song of all time,
dude. And I gotta say, so, and one of the amazing things about this, right? I think I've brought this up on this podcast before, but the song "The Way I Am" is one of my favorite songs Eminem has ever made. The bells, the everything. Like people talk about Yeet using bells. This was the original, but basically he has a line where he's talking about his career and how he feels burnt out, and he says, "I'll probably never be able to top Hi My Name Is." And the song after this in the track listing is The Real Slim Shady.
Right.
He's like, "I'll never be able to top Hi My Name Is," and then immediately puts out The Real Slim Shady like in the following track. Like it was just unbelievable back to backs for 2 years in a row.
It is an unbelievable like thing. Yeah.
Early 2000s Eminem I will fangirl out over because like it was just such a consistent run for like such a long time. It's very rare nowadays to see anything like that in the industry.
I think I am inevitably going to give it to Marshall Mathers LP. We can fight about Eminem the next time he shows up. Like,
it's gonna show up again.
Okay.
Like
it's gonna show up 4 more times.
One other thing I want to say though, just really quick, speaking of him showing up again, and we know where that's gonna happen. Like the fact that his really critically very good content comes out so close together. Like the only other people we really see with critically acclaimed projects that are just back to backs are people like Kendrick, and those are still only coming out like once every 3 or 4 years. It's just unbelievable that these were in such a short span. Like he had so much material where he just banged these out and it was like critical success.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's just very unusual.
No, magic. Okay, the year is 2002. The airport's annoying now. And we have and we got another. Honestly, the Grammys do not sound like they're missing so far. This first 6 years,
it's really good. It's very impressive.
it's actually very impressive. I understand why people got disappointed now because I've always been like corporate machine, and it's like no, they gave me Stankonia album of the year.
Did. Yeah, they
and
did.
It's like
good.
Yeah, Stankonia is an S. Stankonia
Yeah,
is one of the best hip hop albums of all time. Outkast is. I am maybe the world's biggest Run the Jewels fan. Outkast is the best hip hop duo of all time.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, like, and this is, in my opinion, their best record.
It's a shame that Andre 3000 doesn't know what to rap about nowadays.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
This is a total aside. Andre 3000's entire philosophy and approach to life right now is really pissing me off, and I'm sure we could talk about it in the future. But that dude's got some messed up priorities and some like messed up understanding. I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of sad.
I don't know. I think you should let other people live their life if they're not oppressing others.
That's valid.
Yeah, like,
that's valid. He's so like self-critical in a way that doesn't seem really that great. Yeah, healthy. Yeah, it's just too bad.
He's probably somewhere in Tokyo playing a flute right now.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm jealous.
He made Stankonia. He's allowed to.
Yeah.
He's one of those street performers playing the flute.
Yeah.
I
can't be
love his flute album. I don't care.
The flute album is good. The piano album is
that's fair.
Not great. But we can, I don't know. Stankonia is great. 10 out of 10. Miss Jackson.
Yeah. All right, so this is an S tier. I don't think there's much conversation to, but I think for prosperity we should mention. Yeah, that's the thing is like, okay, the 4 backup nominees were Eve, Scorpion, Ja Rule, Pain Is Love, Jay-Z's The Blueprint, and then Ludacris back for the first time. Ludacris is an artist we'll be seeing a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Jay-Z too.
And Jay-Z too. I think he's the most nominated artist. Not one, but nominated.
11 nominations.
Crazy.
I think The Blueprint, like, I can respectfully disagree with someone who would put The Blueprint above Stankonia. I just don't, and I'm happy you guys know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. This is just the start of a legendary trilogy.
Yeah, these are 2 albums that I actually went and listened to for this. And I listened to them back to back. And The Blueprint it's good. It's just not at the level. Like it's got a lot of the traits of like very early 2000s rap, but Outkast was just on another level in terms of like content and messaging and like writing songs about like important topics and interesting topics in a way that just Blueprint didn't have at the time. At least not this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think Stankonia is awesome.
And back for the first time, Ludacris gave us one of the most legendary songs of all time. What's Your Fantasy?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Move, Bitch.
Yeah.
No, that's not on this one.
I forget what that's on.
It's on one of them.
Well, let's transition because we can talk about that. 2003, we have the Great White Hope's 3rd Grammy win with Eminem for The Eminem Show, with the other nominees being Ludacris, Word of Mouth, Mystical.
Move, Bitch.
Which is the one with Move, Bitch.
That's the one. There you go.
Mystical, Nellyville, and P.D. Pablo, Diary of a Sinner, first entry. The only one of these I have not heard. I've heard the Mystical one a long time ago. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say it because I had Word of Mouth. I remember this album. I don't think the Eminem Show is bad, but I do think it is a step down. I personally would give it an A-, the Eminem Show. And I would have given it to Ludacris' Word of Mouth.
No, I still would have given it to the Eminem Show.
God.
I have not listened to Word of Mouth in a long time. I've never heard Diary of a Sinner. I've not listened to Tarantula. I've heard Nellyville also a while ago. But like, I do not consider Eminem Show to be a step down. I consider it to be a lateral movement. Like I think the song progression
it has
and like
some
a lot
good
of the
songs. I won't doubt. Yeah. I won't deny that. Like Till I Collapse is a classic.
Square Dance.
Without Me, Square Dance, Soldier,
White America,
Cleaning Out My Closet. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very well-rounded album. Like
Yeah,
it may not have the
is.
highs of Marshall Mathers LP, but as an entire album, it's probably his most cohesive yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember it was this album and then Linkin Park's debut album. Those are the two albums I played the most in 2013 or 2003.
God, I just love the song "Rollout" and "Move." Bitch,
I'm going with word of mouth.
Yeah,
It
that's
has
my thing. I gotta pivot to word of mouth. Like looking back at the Eminem show, like first off, like I don't know, like Step Down, you know, context is relevant, right? Like, you know, I think talking about Eminem in this era is very similar to talking about Kendrick Lamar in that, like, yeah, like, is there, do I consider Damn a step down from Tip of a Butterfly? Yeah, like a 10 to a 9.
Obviously.
Right,
like,
exactly.
You know,
yeah.
like,
it's very marginal.
It's extremely marginal.
My hot take out of this year, Petey Pablo had the most catchy song out of them all.
Which one is
that? With Raise Up, North Carolina.
Oh,
I don't even know that song, dude.
Oh, dude, no, I did not know who Petey Pablo is, and that thing you just said unlocked it for me.
Take your shirt off, twist it around your head like a helicopter. Woo! You'll know the song if you've had to hear it.
Yeah, it was a moment.
Shocking that he is nominated though.
Yeah,
for a whole album though is crazy.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. No, the song alone makes the whole album.
Do we all want to grade Eminem show? Seeing as this is.
A.
Yeah, I give it an A. I don't give it an S, but I do give it an A. And I give it an A, but I would still go with word of mouth.
The debate's there for an S.
Yeah.
Because some people will say this is his best album.
Yeah.
As an album, it's just really polished. I think that's a fair, like, you could make that argument for sure.
No. I think that's fair.
I was going to say, I do have to say, I'm putting it on recording. I owe Isaac an apology because I definitely was downplaying Nelly. And I was like, Nelly wasn't as big as y'all remember because there was like a trending video of like people talking about
Oh, Nelly wasn't as big as you were.
Nelly was huge.
Nelly is the reason.
Huge. Dude, I feel bad for not fighting harder for country grammar. Like
Nelly is the reason St. Louis hip hop got put on the map.
Yeah.
Purvis, just outside of music for 2 seconds, Nelly is the reason white Air Force Ones are as popular as they are. Like, it's like that was a moment.
Nelly, I would say, I would say, besides Eminem, I think Nelly was the artist that really brought hip hop to the mainstream. Right? Yes. You had like soccer moms, you know, singing along to "Ride with Me," even "Hot in Here." Like it was the truth. It was like
Nelly. Yeah, Nelly
huge.
is one of the main reasons hip hop went mainstream on radio.
Yeah, like
radio.
You know, Eminem also a huge factor in that for sure. But I think Nelly made. You know,
Nelly made grounds to where you don't need a hip hop station. You can put it on a hot AC anywhere.
Yeah,
that's very true. And I didn't say he was bad. Just to clarify, I was just like, he's not as big as you guys remember.
Okay,
but
fair.
I was,
and I don't know shit about this specific album. You know, I can't speak to
Nelly
it.
Hill, this is Air Force Ones.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I've heard that. Like, I've heard that song. I just haven't heard the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've heard. Yeah, Hot in Here, Air Force Ones, Pimp Juice. Yeah, Work It, Rock the Mic with
Dilemma.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of these songs. Like I know a lot of this. I just have not heard the album straight through, front to back, like I have the Eminem show. And
oh no, but you've heard all the hot.
Yeah, no, I've heard. Songs. Yeah, I'm familiar. I guess I just don't know.
Portion of if a Nelly best of album came out, majority it's going to be from this album
for sure. Yeah, and I would say like Country Grammar is the album I remember, but like even like looking at the track list now, like this one had more hits. So, okay, let's get into 2004 with the winner, another classic, the duo Outkast, Speakerboxxx and The Love Below.
This is a tough one for me.
This is I think this is an easy A, this album. I think it's one of Outkast's weaker albums, but Outkast's weaker album is still better than most people's albums. I do not think this should have won at all.
I do like the concept they had with it.
Oh, it's an awesome concept. Like I think it's a great album. Let's go over the nominees. We had The Roots, Phrenology, Jay-Z, The Blueprint 2, The Gift and the Curse. Missy Elliott, Under Construction.
That's a curse, all right.
And 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
I think this had a strong chance of winning.
I think it should have been 50 Cent. Like I think Under Construction. Let me look at this.
The most popular song, not that it matters, the most popular song off of Speakerbox Love Below is Hey Ya, which is not a rap song, which is just like a wild thing to have happened back then, let alone now. Like, and to be fair, I think that this is like not like a strong, I'm not going to die on this hill, but I definitely feel like basically releasing 2 albums as one album is kind of a cheat for an award show like this.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, double albums are a thing.
And like the whole concept with the first album being more R&B style with Andre 3000, and the second album being more hip hop, like true hip hop with Big Boy.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember Roses a lot back in the day. That one.
That's a classic.
Yeah,
that is a great song. Yeah.
But yeah, and like I don't know, I wouldn't go so far as like I still see The Love Below as a hip hop album. Like I get that it's like leaning more into other genres, especially compared to Speakerbox. And like, yeah, I can even understand the argument that this is not a traditional double album. This is not the equivalent of like Forever is a Mighty Long Time, which is just a very long album cut in 2. Like this is
more or less just like black and white.
Yeah, this is like 2 distinct albums, including an early feature from a young Killer Mike. So I like this album. I don't know. I think your criticism may have some validity in this specific instance because they are such different projects. But either way, Get Rich or Die Trying absolutely should have won this year.
Yeah, we don't talk about this album enough. And like, yeah, and like
Wish
what a
death
cultural
upon me.
what an important moment yeah, this album has,
if I can't in the club, like
yeah, one of the best opening, like you want to talk about runs of like excellent songs in a row on projects. This album has one of the best opening runs. What Up Gangsta, Patiently Waiting, Many Men, In the Club, like in a row. That is insane.
Yeah.
Like this was such a moment, and like it was built to last, and it's one of those things where almost all the sounds on this project are pretty fucking timeless. Like it's hard to pick something out of this and say, yeah, that sounds dated. And a lot of the media around the same time was the same way. Like the video for In the Club is shot on like beautiful, I think it's 70mm film. It looks like something that could have been shot today. Like it's just a completely timeless project at a time when a lot of things feel really dated.
You know, I don't know if like right on Jasper, because I completely agree. I think that this album should have won. I don't know if I would ever, and this is just the writer in me like being annoying, but like I don't know if I would ever call it timeless, because to me I feel like it very much captures all the best parts of the early 2000s.
That's true. Yeah.
Right.
It feels of all the fun I had as a kid listening to this album.
Right. Yeah. It captures like it is like just a perfect snapshot of like the best of the best of this era. Like I don't know if I would describe it as timeless as much as it is just aged very well.
That's totally fair. I think what I'm trying to say is
like I feel like you can still see the sediment, like the tree rings, but I think it has aged very well.
I think the production on this is something that also is like coming back around into fashion. You know, we've seen like the return of boom bap and like the decline of trap and everything else. And like a lot of the sounds that you hear on this 4-count lead-ins, things like that, are just like very popular now. So it makes this album feel fresher and newer than stuff that maybe came out a little bit after it even.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to this album after this.
And
it's so good,
G-Unit.
Yeah, dude, oh my God. I didn't even listen to this album until several years after, maybe like 2 or 3. Like I was in high school when I started listening to it, which was only like 2 years after this.
I was way too young.
Yeah, but I still remember saying G-Unit.
This would be, if this had won, this is much more easily an S tier over Speakerbox Love Below.
Yeah, no, I 100% I would put this above, like as just like a personal feelings. Yeah, I put this above Speakerbox Love Below. I probably put Outkast above 50 Cent, but like
career,
as a career. But this album,
the Highway.
I absolutely put Get Rich or Die Trying. I thought this was going to be a hot take. I'm really happy.
No, this is. I think this is pretty agreed upon at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard. I have never actually like heard someone sit down, or I've never like heard someone sit down and listen to Speaker Box Love Below all the way through. I have done it. I've never heard somebody just playing it like out in the blue. It's like always the hits. It's never like a deep cut, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of filler.
All right.
Yeah.
Shall we start?
No.
2005. I think kind of the start of the modern era in a really important way. The winner is Kanye Heil Hitler.
Stop it. It wasn't like that yet.
It wasn't like that yet. No, this was still when he was calling
graduation.
out. He was calling out these out on this album, so it's fine.
This is the old Kanye we all
remember. I miss the old Kanye.
Oh my god, this is gonna be sad.
The college drop. Yeah, I realize now this part of the podcast
is gonna be hard.
This is gonna
be really hard, dude.
Yeah, the next like 6 years is gonna be really hard for us. Yeah, okay. But
oh my god,
the college dropout, which
oh man,
nothing new we're gonna bring to the table discussing the college dropout.
S tier. Purvis, do it. S tier.
S tier. And also. And also,
she got a light-skinned friend look like Michael Jackson.
And also just like a clear...
You got a dark-skinned friend look like Michael Jackson.
Thank you, Jeff.
God.
And a clear winner.
Clear winner, I feel like. Beastie Boys to the Five Boroughs, not their best album. Jay-Z, The Black Album, that's a good album.
Another top album that gets overlooked.
I think The Black Album is very good. That is one of my favorite Jay-Z albums.
It is brutal that on his debut album, Kanye won over Jay-Z. You know, student has surpassed the teacher. I guess there really ain't no love in the heart of the city.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Puff Daddy over Biggie.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. All right.
And then we got Definition, LL Cool J.
Yeah.
And then Suit with Nelly.
Yeah.
And Suit, I think, is an overlooked album by Nelly. Like the concept he had with Suit and Sweat, kind of like how Mac Miller did Swimming in Circles.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Nelly had with Sweat and Suit.
Yeah. I definitely agree that I don't know. I'm not going to pretend that like I know this album very well because I just don't. I know the Black Album, To the Five Boroughs, and the College Dropout very well.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't doubt that is just like a overlooked album. And I also just wonder if Nelly is like the kind of artist that can handle something like with the same amount of depth that like Mac Miller could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, Mac Miller.
I mean, the biggest song off this is also kind of when you started seeing hip hop artists collab with country artists because this had Over and Over with Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know this album that well, but I know that Nelly didn't make Jesus Walks.
No, they have some.
Hey.
I feel like this one is like one of. I mean, there's going to be a lot of these.
Oh yeah,
especially by Kanye, Cousins West. Like,
yeah.
All right, shall we just go on to 2006?
Did it again.
God.
Like,
yeah. Talk about Kanye West again.
Yeah, I guess so. 2006, Kanye West, Late Registration.
I'm gonna put it as an S.
He did it twice in a row. You know why he did it twice in a row?
Because he could.
You know why he did it twice in a row? No, because come on, homie, we major.
I hate you so much.
This is actually low key. I'm gonna be honest with you. First off, S album. This is probably the least listened to of the trilogy for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just listen. Once again, marginal, but like College Dropout, heavy rotation forever.
Yeah. Easy.
Like one of the first albums I ever bought.
Yep.
Like I bought it. Yeah. Famous origin story. And then Graduation was a huge shift for me and a huge moment for me. So like Late Registration, don't get me wrong. Incredible album, incredible hits. Spoiler alert, deserves to win. But
yeah, it went up against The Massacre with 50 Cent,
which
I think started the whole 50 Cent Kanye West beef.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then you had Common B, which is very good. I'm sorry.
It's a classic. That is a classic.
That is a classic. I would even go so far as to call that S. I just wouldn't say it's better than Late Registration. Like,
yeah.
But
I have a take.
Missy Elliott, The Cookbook, and Eminem Encore. What, Jasper and Jeff, what are your takes on Encore?
That one. My take here, this is a passing of the torch, so to speak, right? You had like the Eminem kind of Great White Hope era that is not coming to an end, but this era of Eminem is no longer in vogue the way it was. My take is that if Eminem were not so drugged out during the recording of this album, that it would have been a coin flip. I think that if this album had the focus and the care and the curation that the Eminem show did, I think it would have been a coin flip between Encore and Late Registration.
Yeah.
I actually feel that way with the Massacre. I just feel like no matter what, it was the whole coin flip between these two albums. I just feel like they saw that they can give artists back to back, like in hip hop at least, that we can give back to back artists album of the year and people aren't going to get pissed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think like Kanye West had so much success with the first two albums. I just don't. I think they saw it as, you know what, we have something hot here. Let's give it to him while he's on fire.
Yeah. No,
that's fair. I'm not against that. Although everyone should go listen to "Lose Control." Just saying.
Yeah.
By Missy Elliott. Probably the best.
That is also like in a top 10 hip hop songs of all time. I feel like that's incredible. Yeah. And like, I think the other thing that, you know, this is just what sucks. And like, I think there's a lot of artists here, right? Missy Elliott, I think it is crazy that like she has had this many albums and like hasn't won a Grammy. But like at the same time, like the competition has been stiff. Right.
It's been really stiff. Yeah. To go up against Eminem, Common, 50 Cent, and Kanye.
Yeah. Or even like just look at like all the other, like, you know, she was up against Outkast and 50 Cent the year before. She was up against where was it? She was up against Eminem, Busta Rhymes, Nas, and The Roots the year before. Like her body of work, I think, is as standout as any of these. Yeah, is as standout as any of these artists. But like, I think the one where I think Supa Dupa Fly, I think was the closest one. Right? Because I think that's a strong third in 1998. But yeah, it is insane how this happens. All right. Shall we go to 2007 with Ludacris, Release Therapy?
I definitely don't think that should have won.
No. I just got to skip to this. Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor was nominated this year.
Should have won.
S tier.
Should have won.
S plus tier album. S tier. Pharrell, in my mind, sure. T.I. King, good. The Roots, Game Theory. Heard that one. That's a good album. But Food and Liquor, I don't know. It's just beyond.
So I did listen to Release Therapy for this. Yeah. I do think it's a solid album. I think it has a lot of messaging that was probably really popular with judges, and probably that's a big part of why it won. Yeah. But the flows are basic. It's just, it doesn't have complicated rhyme schemes or like major concepts. There is no concept to the full album. It doesn't hit the mark, I don't think, at all.
I feel like the Academy or the Grammys gave Ludacris a bone for him not winning the first two.
Yeah,
because this was right around him starting to transition to being an actor, and the Academy saw that, or the Grammys saw that.
Yeah, because he was huge in this era. Like, we kind of undersell, I feel like, how huge Ludacris was in the 2000s.
He was, yeah.
But
I was literally going to say this was a damn kind of like reward. But I think Lupe deserved it.
No,
Lupe deserved it.
No, Food and Liquor is one of the best albums of all time, in my opinion. It's got Kick Push, American Terrorist, Daydreamin', the instrumental.
The entire album, I don't care. Every song on the album.
So good, right? We'll get to this because, like, I think Lupe is going to come up again in another, probably in my hottest take, but we'll get to it. 2008 comes around. So
we have to give it a...
Release Therapy? I've never heard Release Therapy. I'm familiar with quite a few of the songs. I've never heard it.
I'm going B.
I'll go B.
I'd probably go B based on what I've heard. The thing is, like, like, I saw this one and, like, my eyes went directly to
It's not even close.
Because I'm going through a Lupe phase right now, and it's
let me just say, if you're not going to listen to the full thing, but if you want to listen to one song off Release Therapy that I think is really, really good, Tell It Like It Is. I think it's Tell It Like It Is. Let me just double check.
I'll probably check. Yeah, Tell It Like It Is with Cindy Brown.
Yes. So Tell It Like It is about, he is like literally laying out the steps to be a successful artist in rap form of like, you need to trademark your likeness, you need to do this and that. It's like he's basically telling another generation of like how to do what he did. And I think that's a really cool and like really interesting message for a song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, that it doesn't have, it's got like these R&B flows on it. It's got like this like kind of memeable ludicrousness all over it, you know, like how he is. Yeah. And it's just, some of the really good messaging gets lost in a lot of the dribble.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was really hyped for this album because I was big into hip hop during this time. Like, hitting high school, that's all I kind of really listened to. And I thought it was going to be like his first two albums, and I was disappointed.
I think that's fair, right? And like, I think like this is probably, you know, at this point, the institution of like the best rap album is like 10 years old. So like you're already at the point where like politics are a factor, right? I think they were still...
And that kind of started with in 2006 with Encore and Eminem.
Yeah.
Eminem started rapping more about politics.
Yeah. Well, like when I say politics, I mean like, I meant like industry politics, you know, like giving this one the loop, like how you suggested, like ludicrous, like the same kind of politics you see in the Oscars where like, you know, they give, you know, Al Pacino is owed an Oscar, so he wins for Sense of a Woman over Denzel, the year of Malcolm X. So then Denzel wins a year he didn't deserve it, right? So it's like, you know, that kind of phenomenon. But 2008, Back to It, another one from Kanye West, Graduation, S tier, S tier, maybe his second best album. Like absolutely phenomenal. And I don't think as stiff of competition as Late Registration, to be honest.
I mean, Finding Forever.
That's all good albums. I don't think any of these are. Kingdom Come,
Jay-Z.
Good album.
Hip
Hop is Dead.
That is the only one that's even competitive, in my opinion, to these.
Hip Hop is Dead.
Yeah, and like even like looking back at Nas, this was still like I think in a valley of his career.
He was in a transition. He was kind of.
He bounces back. He has one of the best bounce backs of all time, in my opinion. But
no, this is like the biggest song off that is Hip Hop is Dead.
Dude, they should have just
stopped that illegally millions of times off LimeWire.
Yeah, they should have just stopped nominating T.I. for things. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, it is. And then T.I. Paper Trail. It's like, okay, well at least Atlanta has to represent.
Sure.
So or T.I. versus Tip. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Paper Trail's we'll get to Paper Trail. That's next. Boy, the competition that year.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I don't think any of these come close to Graduation. And you know, maybe I'm biased, but I don't know. S tier for Graduation.
Graduation defined a generation, and like it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite Kanye project, and I think of them, it is sonically the one that is most reminiscent of its era in a lot of ways, in a way that I don't necessarily love. Yeah. But like, the hits are undeniable. I mean, Common passed on this beat. I made it to a jam. Like, come on, man. It's really interesting just to see.
And that's why The Cool is the superior album. No, I'm kidding. Like, I'm happy to be outvoted here. I
mean, 2009 was between
Stacked
Carter 3, American Gangster, Paper Trail, and The Cool album. Like,
it's a stacked year, right?
When I think of like our junior and senior years of high school, Brandon, the songs that pop in my head come from Paper Trail.
Yeah. That's funny because like the songs that come to my head are like at this time there were a lot of Kid Cudi and also The Cool and Graduation. God. Oh my God, just Lupe. I
don't know.
Fiasco.
Live Your Life by Rihanna. That
was huge. Yeah, that was
massive.
Like
Whatever You Like, massive.
No,
those two songs.
Those were massive songs.
You had Justin Timberlake, Dead and Gone.
I do like that song a lot. That is a good song.
And then Swagger Like Us with Kanye West and Jay-Z and Lil Wayne.
Yeah. It was a competitive year for sure.
That's a competitive year.
Yeah. And I can definitely say if I'm gonna disagree with one of them, I think I'm happiest it's the Carter 3. Yeah. All right, let's transition into what I feel like are some slower years. You are correct. Relapse, Eminem. I give this a solid C. This is not a good album. And I feel low key I feel like at
first album since he got sober
was not good.
Fighting his demons.
I think there are some good songs on it. I really like the song Beautiful, but
these next 2 years for Eminem were him trying to not even trying, you found it hard for him to get him coming back, but him also trying to reinvent himself and not being more known as what he was with the Eminem or the Marshall Mathers LP, the Slim Shady LP, the Eminem Show.
Yeah.
He was very drug induced at that time for those first 3 albums. These are albums where he's now sober.
Yeah.
And getting over things.
I will say, because I have put a lot of hours on listening to these albums too. Recovery, which we'll talk about, absolutely. Relapse is not that like that.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah,
the whole first half of that album is about serial murder and trapping people in your basement, followed by being culturally insensitive. There's not a whole lot of I'd say reinvention on this one.
That's him being Slim Shady.
Sure, yeah, but he's not reinventing yet, is what I'm saying. I feel like that starts in 2011 Recovery.
Yeah, this was where that's why I said these next 2 years. He was like, oh, can I make what I was making with Relapse, or do I go how I kind of was with Encore,
much poppier,
and kind of be more poppy?
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I think the greatest miss of this year is?
What?
It's not even on here.
I know what it is, and that's what I was going to say.
Man on the Moon is not nominated. They
Yeah,
nominated Flo Rida's Roots got nominated for a Grammy, and Man on the Moon is nowhere to be found.
I feel like the blog era doesn't get a lot of love until 2013 at a minimum.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like those early projects by that wave of artists really got snubbed, including maybe the most famous one of all time. But
yeah, this is the equivalent of
but this is a miss. This is a miss of a year.
Huge.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the equivalent of giving nominating Blue Slide Park for something. If you're looking at Mac Miller's discography, we're only going to acknowledge Blue Slide Park. That's having Flo Rida be nominated for a Grammy is the equivalent of that. It's a party album. I don't see why this is on the list.
It's on the list because of who decides the Grammys. Right.
Sure, but
Flo Rida is still in the top 10 most
streamed, sold, whatever. I know.
Yeah. Right. So
even Rick Ross, Deeper Than Rap.
That's ruthless. I'm looking at it right. There's several ones that
So I think
mine would have been Man on the Moon.
Yeah, I would have gone with Man on the Moon. First off, it's the only one I can confirm that falls within the Grammy window, because it's not just here's all the albums from 2010. Here's all the albums. It's not like the Oscars where the Oscars that takes place in 2011 is for all the movies between January 1st and December 31st of 2010. Right? It's not as clean as that. But yeah, no, this is a weak year. I do not know if there are any of these albums. I'm sorry. I was 18 when this came out. I wasn't listening to Q-Tip and Mos Def. I just wasn't.
No.
I wasn't listening to Flo Rida either. Right? And I did not like this Eminem album. So this was, Man on the Moon is what I was listening to at this time. and absolutely should have been nominated and should have won. It is better than the winner.
Better than everything here.
So I don't want to say the less said because like, you know, right now we're at like 14 years and, you know, hasn't been too bad. It feels like this is like the first, this is filled with misses.
Yeah, I'll say like the Blueprint 3, I think the Blueprint trilogy overall
let's move on to 2011, which is Recovery, which I feel like is a much better album than Relapse.
Yeah.
I still think it's like a B.
That's hard. I harbor such nostalgia for this album.
I have a lot of nostalgia for it too. I love Cinderella Man. No Love.
No Love is insane, dude.
Such a good song.
So good.
So much better than Drop of the World.
He rhymed Cold Hearted with Bogarted. Like, what are you gonna do? Who else is gonna do that? Like, it's insane.
But I did feel like it was very poppy.
It is. This is the pop rap era.
And you know, just like, especially looking back, I've always shuddered when artists just commercialize their music so much. And like, listen, that is a thing that happens, and like quality and like whether or not that's good music is a completely separate discussion. But like, I just think this was an example of it. Now, at the same time, you know, I don't think any of the nominees are strong competition except the Blueprint 3.
You had Drake's debut album.
Thank Me Later, which is better. But like, Thank Me Later, I don't know.
It's
like,
not a hip-hop album,
like look at spoiler alert, but I think Drake gets his due, right? Like, it's very hard.
Oh, he definitely does.
Yeah, he gets his due. I would straight up say I think the Blueprint 3 is a better album than Thank Me Later. But fair, I would maybe put it over Recovery, you know. I certainly would put it over B.O.B. Presents The Adventures of Bobby Ray, which, you know, I think there are some songs on here that are fun, but like,
come on, that hit Airplanes.
Dude, Airplanes was huge back in the day, and I still quote it sometimes to make Rachel mad. But like,
I mean, it still pops up on my shuffle,
you know, and like, I always felt like B.O.B. could have been good, but he just never did, and then he started thinking the earth was flat. So for this one, like, I don't know, like, I give Recovery like a B, maybe a B plus, because it does have some highs.
Yeah, it does.
But it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like Damn on steroids, right? Like
that is a good take.
It's like Damn on steroids. It is like way more commercialized, but it's also nowhere near as good.
Damn is like Kendrick's pop rap album. This is like that to the extreme. You've got features from Pink. You've got features from
and it's like I don't think I think this is like much more commercialized and a much bigger step down in quality. That's what I mean.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
I mean, I'm going back to back.
Twice. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like, yeah, I think Damn is a better album than this, but like, I mean, compared to their discographies, right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know, okay, let's get back.
Then the point is, like, you had Eminem going back to back.
Yeah, twice. again, and for much worse albums. Let's keep it real. Like,
the competition was not as strong, but yes.
The competition was not as strong, but also, like, I'm wondering, like, you know, we brought up Man on the Moon for 2010, which I think is a very valid, like, this album should have been nominated. Everywhere, all
Man on the Moon 2.
I'm not mad at it. Like, I like Man on the Moon 2 more than any of these projects nominated. Like,
but to be fair, real quick, Blueprint 3 is also like Jay-Z's foray into pop rap in this era. I think it's kind of a sad way to end that trilogy, even though I don't think that trilogy is that great. Volume 2 is really was not what everyone wanted, and this is just that in like another form.
Yeah, so
I believe like, Blueprint 3 was more or less Jay-Z wanting to just finish that trilogy, and just toss something together.
To me, I feel like Jay-Z's pop rap album is coming up. It's Magna Carta, Holy Grail.
That's yes.
And like, I think going through and being like, oh, here's a bunch of rappers like trying to make more poppy stuff is going to be a theme for the next few years.
Oh
Totally.
yeah, we'll get to that. We'll go over to 2012.
Run This Town with Rihanna, Empire State of Mind with Alicia Keys, A Star Is Born. Like all these songs are just very poppy vibes from Blueprint 3.
I think that's very fair. I think that is a good point to bring up.
Yeah, like I remember Run This Town when this came out was in a trailer for Battlefield 3.
Yeah,
like
it was everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, huge 2012 huge year. Winner, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Massive.
Is there a bigger S tier? This is the second best album to ever win the award, in my opinion. We'll get there.
There's nothing to even discuss.
There's nothing to discuss. I don't think any of the albums nominated. I think the suite of nominees is way stronger than the last 2 years.
Yes, it is.
Still not even close.
This
Still
is
not
one of the
even
most
close.
more stacked years. I mean,
Yeah. So let's go over the nominees, even though
and Kanye being nominated twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like Jay-Z and Kanye West Watch the Throne, which is a good album, but I feel like nowhere near.
Tour was amazing.
It's amazing that they were on a project together and Kanye still snubbed him. Like every year they've been nominated together so far, Kanye has won over Jay-Z. And even now, when they're on a project together, Kanye still wins independently of him. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
And Kanye pisses on the award.
Okay, so that's the biggest elephant in the room, I think, is that Kanye was nominated twice. And I think he won for the correct album.
Yes, he did.
I think you have two instances of very popular rappers making much poppier music with Lil Wayne's The Carter 4 and Lupe Fiasco's Lasers, which I think is as big of a fall off as The Carter 4, if not bigger.
Equally. Yeah, it's like his worst album yet.
It might be his worst album. I'll keep it real. I have nostalgia for that album. I probably like it more than most people, more than most Lupe Fiasco fans even. But I don't know. Might debatably be the worst album of the 5. Pink Friday, Nicki Minaj. I don't know. Not really my thing, but looking back on it, Nicki was a force. And I'm going to say this right now, like outside of like Kanye and Eminem, like this might be one of the most influential albums ever nominated.
Yeah, it was like, bringing something new. 100%.
It was bringing something new, and like, look at the landscape in front of us. Like Nicki Minaj's fingerprints are, whether we like it or not, are
everywhere,
all over it. And I think it's like, I think there's a grand irony to it in that Nicki Minaj does not want to share the spotlight with an entire generation of artists that she, you know, is borderline created. You know, I think if she was a wiser person, I think she would own up, give those people the respect they deserve so that they would put the respect back on her for really doing it. So like, I can't get mad that Pink Friday is here. I don't even think it's the worst one. You know, I just think it's very pop rap, but like, it's Nicki Minaj. That's what it is from the beginning. It feels weird to criticize it for that, but needless to say, I think the best album won with an iconic feature from Nicki Minaj. Probably, you know, the Monsterverse probably is one of the reasons Pink Friday, you know, has, I think, the respect in like hip hop nerd circles 10 years later that it does. But yeah, so
this was also just a tour de force year for her. I mean, she had one of the biggest features of the year on Dark Fantasy as well.
That's what I just brought up. Yeah.
Yeah. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this was easily the example of like the right album winning. Seeing the trends, seeing everything. Let's go on to 2013. Drizzy Drake's first Grammy for Take Care.
Classic. His first classic.
It's his classic. Take Care is a classic album. Listen, I think the temperature has changed on Drake a lot, and probably for good reason. But Take Care, I think, not only is his classic, but I also think has aged very well.
It has.
Maybe because of the contributions from a lot of artists that are also super influential and basically taking the Weeknd's first album and making a project out of it. But I think it's a discussion on if it should have won. Personally, I think it should have. But there are some heavy hitters here. So you have 2 Chainz, based on a true story.
Huge at the time.
Huge. And also, I'm going to put this out there. One of my hottest takes that I'm going to start doubling down on this year is I think 2 Chainz should count as comedy rap because he's hilarious.
That's true.
Right? Like, he is like, but like, think about it. Think of like all of his bars, and it's not every single song, right? Like, I don't think he's comedy rap on like the Larry June album that came out this year, but like, go listen to Birthday Song, and it's like, that shit only goes hard because you're in the mind space to not take it so seriously. And that's like the definition of comedy. Right? Like, so I think that is debatably up there with Take Care. Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor 2. I like this album. No. I think it's better. I think it's much better than Lasers.
Yeah.
No.
I think
Nas,
I know.
Life is Good. Pretty good. The Roots, Undun. I hear this is like one of the better ones from like Super Music Nerds. It missed me. Rick Ross, God Forgives, I Don't, signed the police officer. So to me, as controversial as it is, I would give Take Care an S, and I think Take Care is the should have won.
I agree with everything.
Yep.
You know,
Jasper, the true Drake hater.
So I haven't heard this album in a long time, like all the way through. My last listen, I mean, it's not necessarily like what I come to the genre for. I would still probably put it comfortably at an A. I mean, easily.
Yeah.
But it's just not like, it doesn't have the energy that I look for.
And I do think there's a valid argument to be made is like, is Take Care, should it have even been nominated in this category?
Yeah, that's another question.
I think I don't think you can Take Care out of this position through quality, but I think you could through genre.
Yeah.
Like, I think there is an argument that this is an R&B album with a couple of hip hop songs on it.
Yeah.
But I
agree.
I think like because it's a rap category and there's rapping on every song, you know, but you know, so it's hard to say. I think it's easily the best album nominated, but I also wonder if it's even should be in this category.
We can talk about that when we get to 2020 also.
Yeah, we can talk about that when we get to 2020.
Jasper, I do have a question then. If
what's up?
Not Take Care, who replaces them?
Honestly, 2013, I think that like 2 Chainz was on such a roll. Like, I think this album had a fair shot.
Based on True Story is a very good album.
And
it's a very fun album.
Yeah, and I have a theory about why Lupe Fiasco doesn't win shit. And I think that his album titles are a little too egotistical, egomaniacal. Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor. Lupe Fiasco's this and that. Lupe Fiasco, the Great American Rap Album. It's like, it's a little self-aggrandizing to the point where I feel like it might have bitten him in the ass a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm memeing, but I'm also a little. There's a grain of truth to that, I think.
So, one full disclosure: I just watched like a feature-length documentary about Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
I don't hate that take, to be honest with you. My thing is like, I would rather someone take it too seriously than not seriously enough.
That's fair. But I feel like anyone who takes themselves too seriously and ends up making lasers and thinking it's genuinely that good, there's a bit of a problem there too.
I think my problem is I don't think Lupe Fiasco. I think where you're wrong is I don't think Lupe Fiasco thinks Lasers is very good. I think he thinks that's an album that got stolen from him.
That's fair.
I think the reason why he's not winning anything from this point on is because this is after he went to the White House and called Obama a terrorist. So
that's wild. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, Thank you for reminding me about that.
So like that's probably the reason this one's not winning.
God damn.
But to be based at times. Like he was right. He was right about Gaza 13 years
that's
ago.
That's what I'm saying. He's pretty based at
and like say whatever you say about Lasers, Words I Never Said is a prophecy of a song that should be respected. Like, but ultimately, like, I don't know if I would even give it over Boats, let alone Take Care. Right. Yeah. I think it's a return to form, but I think it is Lupe's shakiest album that is still good, if that makes sense. All right. Shall we move on to the most infamous one?
I guess you could say that after this year, nothing was the same.
God.
I hated that.
Yeah, how the hell did Macklemore and Ryan Lewis win?
People were saying this the
Every
day
single
it
Now we're
happened.
saying this the day it
But-
happened. Yes, I know.
I remember where I was.
Well,
I remember.
let's go over the nominations.
Okay, so 2014
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis won.
for the
You had
heist.
Nothing Was the Same, Drake. Magna Carta, Holy Grail, Jay-Z.
Jesus.
Good Kid, Mad City,
Jesus.
and then Yeezus.
And Yeezus, right? And like, yeah, dude, it is wild. It
Any of
is-
those 4 albums should have won. Over
all 4 of those
Heist.
albums could have won.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that I feel like all 4 of those albums could. So, okay, I'm going to
Here's
put this
one
out
of
there. I'm going to put this out there, right? The
That's right.
Heist, I'll give it a B. I think it's not. I don't think it's an awful album. I think it's
I
the
agree.
worst of the 5.
I agree.
Right? I don't actually think it's that bad. I just think it is easily, I would put it this album, and then I would go Drake, Nothing Was the Same. Or actually, no, I would go Magna Carta, Holy Grail. And then I would go Drake.
That is good too, which is crazy.
And then Yeezus. And then Good Kid, Mad City.
Yep.
Holy shit. It is insane that Good Kid, Mad City
Criminal.
didn't win the Grammy. Right? Like, it is genuinely kind of shocking because it's kind of the perfect Grammy album. Because it has hits. It's deep. When we talk about like the push and pull of To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn, which both won, like we don't have to make that choice with Good Kid, Mad City, right? Like Good Kid, Mad City has most of the depth of To Pimp a Butterfly and like most of the commercial appeal of Damn.
I think all of it, honestly. They
Yeah,
have the
if
same
not
number
all
of
of
like
it.
Billboard charting, or not Billboard charting, but like radio play level hits. Something really interesting about this, I think, first of all, the fact that it's called The Heist and that it stole this award out from under everything else is silly. Second of all, as it stands by itself, this album is not inherently bad, is the crazy thing. But like, I think the direction the Grammys were going with this, of basically taking something that is like shallow, derivative attempts at conscious rap and like elevating it by giving it an award, and to the fact that it's commercially successful. Like, I think it was
I also think they put the Macklemore story behind it.
that was
Yeah.
like produced or it was like created independently, like all that stuff.
Which is crazy because like the story behind Good Kid, Mad City, I feel like is just
and that's the thing, is like they definitely like cast their votes in the sense of like, hey, this is like what we consider to be like the new conscious rap or whatever else.
It is a marketing department ass decision if I've ever seen it.
It is. It 100% is.
This is like, and listen, I don't enjoy Macklemore. I have a lot of respect for Macklemore, especially in the last couple of years. This album should not have even been nominated, let alone like, Yeezus,
I can understand
genre
why
shift.
Yeezus,
I can understand why
Kanye
Yeezus.
West was also starting on his bullshit.
I get that, and like, listen, I think if we were talking about Nothing Was the Same or Good Kid, Mad City being the winner in here, I think it'd be like, oh, I can clearly see like why Kanye West's bullshit kept him from taking over these two.
But also,
young
could you
dudes
imagine if Kanye West won
for
over Jay-Z
Yeezus.
again?
Yes,
Right,
I can, because that was what would have happened.
Yeah, exactly. Because I do think Magna Carta Holy Grail is ultimately like as on the same level of quality as The Heist, maybe a little bit better.
It's a little better.
Yeah, but
It's got Justin Timberlake. Come on.
It's better.
It has Justin Timberlake
I don't know
because
why
he
we're
couldn't
doing
get Frank
like
Ocean.
that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I don't
no, that Frank Ocean is on it too. What are you talking about?
the song Holy Grail was supposed to have Frank
Oh.
Ocean. Yeah.
Okay, well, still, I mean, he's on
Yeah.
what is it, Waters or whatever it's called?
Yeah, he's
I don't
in
remember.
Waters. Yeah. Like,
I'm
okay,
honestly
I'm saying
shocked
it's
that
better.
you haven't given
I
the
just-
Heist this one grace.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I do not think this is a great album.
I don't think
Which
it's
one?
a great album. I don't think it's an awful album. And to keep it
No,
real with you, I
like-
think it's probably better than than at least Relapse. I think that's my thing. Is that like
The Heist is not the worst album to win. It does have some of the lowest lows.
100%.
But it also has some songs that are really very impressive for like someone who came out of nowhere and just like made a name for himself also.
Also, wasn't this the year that fucking Finally Rich dropped?
That was never going to be nominated for anything.
I know,
Realistically.
but like that's
No, this wasn't the year. It came out in 2012. 12.
Yeah, so did Good Kid, Mad City. It came out at the end of 2012.
Oh, right. It's the
because the
wasn't
Grammys
it like
have like weird. It's not.
wasn't it May of 2012 though?
I don't.
I think it would have been.
That's another
yeah,
reason why I
there's
fucking hate the
cutoffs.
Grammys because the cutoffs are very confusing.
Yeah, like we've had 2 Tyler albums released in 2 separate years the last 2 years, and we're gonna have them both in the same Grammy cycle this year.
Yeah,
I hate that so much.
Yeah, so I think we all agree that the Heist should not have won and Good Kid, Mad City should have. Is there anyone here who thinks one of the other albums, which I think all 4 of them, I would have been happier over the Heist, but
yeah,
to me, I think it was very obvious he's supposed to go to Good Kid, Mad City.
I do think that Yeezus, surely musically, I mean, maybe not as a rap album, but surely musically was like at least on the level in some aspects that Good Kid, Mad City is. But I do think Good Kid, Mad City should have gotten it.
I think that's fair.
The last year we saw Kanye West.
Genre pivoting, dude. Genre pivoting. That's not true. That's not true. Life of Pablo era had good shows.
Well, we didn't see him Life of Pablo.
Oh, well, Coloring Day, I mean.
Yeah. But like the Life of Pablo is where the breakdown is where the Trump stuff started. That's where that started. Yeah. You know, like just because like that whole political movement wasn't around when Yeezus came out. Born Sinner could have been over the Heist. Watching movies with the sound off.
Sound off, yes.
Honestly, low key, I would have put watching movies with the sound off over the Heist. Nothing Was the Same and Magna Carta Holy Grail. Not above Good Kid, Mad City.
Center over most of those. Like,
not over Good Kid, Mad City though. I think there's still a pretty big valley. But all right, let's move on to 2015.
Great White Hope's back.
Great White Hope is back. I think this one is a head scratcher. So Marshall Mathers LP2 is the winner in 2015 for, is this Eminem's 6th one or is this the 5th? I think it's 6th.
6th.
Yeah. Okay, so
Grammys just have a hard on for Eminem.
Yeah, they do, obviously.
Because this should not have won.
Yeah, this should not have won. I give this album a C, right?
Yeah.
I think my thing, legitimately, I think The Heist might be better than this. Like, this is not a good album. Like, is it the worst album nominated though? I don't think so. Like,
nope, it is not.
No, I give it to Iggy Azalea.
Yeah, Iggy Azalea is. Listen, like, there's going to be another instance where there's like a controversial pick by a female rapper. I don't think it comes even close to Iggy Azalea taking up a spot in this. Like, this is insane, right? Beyond that, we also have Common, Nobody's Smiling, Childish Gambino's Because of the Internet,
which should have won.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa's Black Hollywood, which I bounced off of. I like Wiz Khalifa.
It wasn't bad.
I'm sure it wasn't bad. I just don't think it was. I liked his previous albums a lot more.
Wiz Khalifa's a weird one because who would have ever thought he would be part of one of the most popular songs of all time?
Yeah, of all time. Again. Yeah. And then Oxymoron, Schoolboy Q. And I think like this is where the debate goes, is between Oxymoron and Because of the Internet, right? Full disclosure, I give it to Because of the Internet. I think Oxymoron's an A. I think Because of the Internet's an S.
I think Because the Internet is easily an S. Yeah. I do not like Oxymoron though, so
yeah, no,
we've talked about
this. I love Oxymoron, right? Like the shit you say is awful. I love Gangster, amazing,
annoying,
is an S.
Incredible.
I should revisit. I haven't listened to it since it came out. I didn't like it then. Maybe I'll like it now.
And like, it's a very good album. But like, dude, Because the Internet though is
that is.
Everything that comes with Because of the Internet, it makes it.
Yeah. I would even say ignoring all
Collard Greens.
I gotta keep it honest with you. I think even ignoring all that, I think Because the Internet's the better album. Because like I listen to because So, you know, huge Childish Gambino fan. This is still probably my favorite of his albums.
My favorite album.
It should have been between Gambino and Schoolboy.
It should have been between Gambino and Schoolboy. Marshall should not. You know, if they wanted to nominate him, sure. But like Iggy Azalea, I don't know. And then Common and Wiz Khalifa, I'm not mad they're there. Obviously, you know, Common's a staple, and Common deserves it. I think he's another one who's like Missy Elliott, where it's like, fuck. Right? Like, he consistently is earning his nomination, and consistently, like, I think,
consistently putting out good enough music for it to be nominated
and not good enough to
time,
win, as other
at the
people
same
putting out
time-
better work.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's also focusing on acting.
Yeah, and he's like transitioning out. Like, Ludacris is on this list every year, like 10 years ago.
Mhm.
All right. Now, this year, I think is interesting. 2016. The winner, Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly.
Much deserving.
Much deserving. In maybe my favorite album of all time. This is, if there is a diamond tier above S, I give it this.
Nothing
However,
else to say.
Some stacked competition, I would say. This is not like, do I think that this is clearly the winner? Yeah, but like, do I think it is the only album worth discussion here? No. J. Cole, 2014 Forest Hill Drive, cannot be understated. That album was incredible. And like, I think if you want something that is as competently crafted as To Pimp a Butterfly without needing to like really engage with it, I think this is an album that is like that. Dr. Dre Compton. I remember this album being a huge going along with the movie. And Drake, if you're reading this, is too late. His last good album.
Yep.
I probably would put it under the three I just mentioned consistently, but absolutely not bothered that it's here. And then Nicki Minaj, The Pink Print. I think there's a reason like this album is not as relevant as Pink Friday. But at the same time, like, I think Nicki Minaj deserves her legacy, and maybe the Grammys were cooking by nominating her. Don't think she should have won, but she didn't. So I can't be mad. Like, so yeah, to me, I think this is like the easiest pick.
I agree. We have a problem. Rodeo's not here.
Yeah.
Rodeo should have been nominated. It shouldn't have won, but it should have been nominated.
Yeah, I would not.
Wasn't Rodeo more considered like a mixtape?
No, Rodeo was an album.
Rodeo was the full first full
Rodeo
album.
was an album. Days Before Rodeo was the mixtape.
Was the mixtape?
There we go.
Al Farrow Days Before.
Yeah.
Good AM.
Good AM.
What a time to be alive. Funny enough, Fetty Wap.
Honestly, low key, if you replace Nicki Minaj here with Fetty Wap, I would have fucked with it. And like, yeah, Rodeo, like, my feelings on Travis Scott are tanking very fast. But I would not have been upset with him getting in this nomination. Do I think it compares to Pimp a Butterfly? No. I don't even think.
Yeah, but I just don't see like Compton, Forest Hill Drive.
I think like when you're thinking about realistically like Grammy politics, yeah, there's no chance.
It's too hard to get that in.
I think he would knock out either Drake or Nicki Minaj. But the thing is that like Travis didn't have the clout that those people did at that time.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna say,
like once again, I would not be upset if Rodeo was nominated this year. But it's like,
yeah, but who he would take out? Like they're not going to take out a former Grammy winner in Drake.
But they don't have to take anybody out because only a total of 5 people were nominated this year, and last year they nominated 6. Like they just didn't do it.
Did they have?
They literally didn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, that I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I think that's fair.
That, yeah.
Like, yeah, because
like they could have, they could have done it. They just only did 5.
Yeah, because like I would, like, yeah, like, because like what Jeff is saying, I agree with, right? Because you're not going to take someone like these previous Grammy winners and industry staples like Dr. Dre and Drake out. But like low key, I do see an argument for Rodeo being a better album than those two. Right?
Easily.
Like,
dude, Rodeo's a concept album. That's pretty cool. I mean,
yeah, but like, so is, I think like Rodeo just doesn't measure up to 2014 Forest Hill Drives and To Pimp a Butterfly.
Agreed. But that's why I said it shouldn't have won, but I think it's on par with some other things on this list.
Yeah.
At least, if not above.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that a lot of talking about a year where we're ultimately like, yeah, that one should have won. Like, okay, 2017. This one is a big one. Coloring.
Yeah, mixtape one.
The first time a mixtape won. And you know what? Like, insane. Well deserving. I think this is maybe the only example.
Follow-up to Acid Rap.
I think this is the only example where I'm like, very much like, I don't think this is this artist's best project, but it's also like, this is clearly the one he should have won for. right?
Yeah.
Like I like Acid Rap as a project more, but Coloring Book is more ambitious.
Yes.
I don't know. I think Acid Rap
It's
feels
his
like an
first album
album.
getting some major features.
Yeah. I mean, I think Acid Rap had major features. Maybe not.
Well, like you had Lil Wayne.
Sure, but like.
You got to think about the budget too. Acid Rap was literally made off of beats out for just like random people in Chicago. Like it's too different.
I just mean like Childish Gambino, Action Bronson, Twista. That's not no one.
Yeah.
No. But like he got his biggest
Lil
name
Wayne, Kanye,
features.
like
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
It's a different.
See, like I think the people I named are bigger than Lil Yachty, but like.
Well, this was when Lil Yachty was coming into his like big like pop well-known era. So I mean, it's mind share in the moment is the thing.
Yeah. So this is one that I am very happy won. I think it is.
And he kind of had the Grammys kind of had a passing of a forced passing of the torch in Chicago hip hop.
Yes, they did.
Yes.
Young Thug, Future, Anderson .Paak. Yeah, no, this was crazy. I forget about all of them.
Yeah.
So we had De La Soul's The Anonymous Nobody, which was, a huge album because it was the first time they recorded without Phife Dawg. DJ Khaled, Major Key. I don't think I ever wanted someone to lose more.
Facts.
Like Drake, Views. I don't know. I don't like Views.
That album sucks. That's the beginning of the end. That's the beginning of the end right there.
Yeah, like
it sucks.
No,
it
sucks.
sucks.
I'm sorry.
One Dance is trash. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, I don't like Views at all, dude. I'm sorry. I have some defenses for some later Drake albums. But Views is not good. Schoolboy Q, Blank Face LP.
Blank Face was good.
Blank Face is very good.
It's good, but it's not
nomination
good enough.
worthy.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
Yeah, it's not as good as Oxymoron, and then The Life of Pablo. I think the other thing is that like The Life of Pablo, I think the farther we get away from it, I think the more we forget about the very messy rollout.
That's what I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, like we forget about the very messy rollout and like the title bullshit. I hate that. Like,
dude.
Like I think
his tour abruptly.
Ending his tour abruptly. I would have voted for Trump while suspended above adoring fans. That was the day. That was the day everything changed. Right? And and listen, I like The Life of Pablo a lot. I think it's a sloppy album, but I think it's still very good. I probably feel about Life of Pablo like how Jasper feels about Donda. Right? Like
Yeah, I could see that.
So I do think it's very good. I think considering the context, considering looking back with 2020 vision, I'm very happy Coloring Book won. Right?
What do we want to give it?
I would give Coloring Book a strong A. I don't know if I would give it an A. I don't know if I would give it an S because I would give Acid Rap an S.
Yeah, no, it's an A.
But I would give it a strong A, and I think it's very deserving. And
God damn it,
just spoiler alert for a future episode. I think he just really missed the boat on what he could do after this project. Because Coloring Book, do I think it was as good as Acid Rap, just as like an album I want to listen to? Maybe not, but I think it's like a launch pad for a career. I think it's a better vehicle for that. I wish he would have done something with it.
He took a boat to Africa to get twerked on and get divorced.
God.
Anyway.
Moving on.
2018.
This one, pretty uncontroversial, uncomplicated. Kendrick Lamar, Damn.
Yep. Over 444 and Flower Boy, the two main contenders, I would say.
Let's not ignore Migos Culture and Rhapsody's Lala's Wisdom.
That's fair.
Rhapsody is, I think, an underrated female MC from like the, kind of keeping golden era hip hop style alive, especially like in this era, which was pre like the big Griselda boom of 2021, and Griselda was doing their thing at this time, but like before they really hit mainstream, and there was like this big revival of like the boom bap sound. I think Rhapsody was really holding it down, and Migos Culture was everywhere. Like, to keep it real with you, like, if someone is like, oh, I think 444, is my second under Damn or Flower Boy, cool. I think that's fair. I think realistically, Culture was the one that was going to win it over Damn. Just because
I think Culture had the biggest shot.
The momentum.
All the momentum, all the culture, everything.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And it was like, it was just like, I still to this day, like, I think even more than Rodeo, I think Culture is the best trap album of all time. I think Travis has had a better career than any of the people in the Migos. But
ooh, too soon, dude. No,
I don't know if it is like I was mostly talking about Offset and Quavo.
No, I know. I'm having fun.
But
I'm just saying.
I also really like 444. I think that's a very good album.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The Migos triplet flow took over the entire industry and just pushed trap even further. Like
Even
Culture
further.
was a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
A
I
moment.
think the Flower Boy was a huge moment for like people who are hip hop nerds in our specific circles, right? Like I think Tyler has grown like massively. And this is like the start of it. This was the start of like his reinvention. Something we'll probably talk about.
He gets his due later on.
Yeah. Oh, he gets his due. Definitely. A couple of times even. But, you know, I don't think anyone here is debating that Damn should have won. I think it's clearly the best of these 5 albums.
Kendrick on top of his game.
Kendrick's on top of his game. Honestly, I would give Damn an A+. You know, if there's such a thing as an S-, like,
like jumping
like
back
just because, like, you know, I re-listened to Damn a couple times recently, and I really like it. I think it's great. I think it's just, you know, I like it more than Mr. Morale and Section 80.
Yes.
I think it's very similar to GNX. And yeah, I think it's a very good album. Yeah, do I like it as much as the first 2? Maybe not, but like those are seminal works. Like,
yeah,
I don't
give it a B for Black Israelites. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Next.
No, that's funny. At least it was funny. I'm gonna give you that.
That's fine.
All right.
No, A
2019?
is like
2019. This one's a year. This one's a one to talk about. So 2019, the winner is Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy.
She sucked her way to the win.
Okay, let's not be.
You're
gonna get canceled for that shit.
Yeah,
you're gonna get canceled for that shit, my guy.
That's
Jesus
just bigotry. And I'm gonna keep it real with you.
I can't stand Cardi B. I've let it be known. I can't stand Cardi B.
Yeah, I'm still less offended by this than Iggy Azalea being even nominated. I gotta keep it real. At least Bodak Yellow's a hit.
You had 2 posthumous albums.
Yeah, and like that is another thing, is that I would put every single album nominated above
This album, her
Invasion.
album is not even close to what these 4 albums are.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else?
4 albums.
Yeah, no. I think it should have went to Swimming. I think it easily should have went.
I think it should have went to Swimming. Everyone thought it was going to go to Swimming.
I think it should have went to Swimming. I think Daytona after that, and then Victory Lap, and then
my whole
Astroworld.
thought. I mean, yeah, I do take back what I just said, but my whole thought. I think the Grammys gave it to Cardi because they didn't want to have what happened to Nicki, where she's nominated and doesn't win.
I mean, I think it's a lot simpler. I think it's just a marketing department decision. Say whatever you will about the albums we just talked about, Cardi B had the numbers.
Oh yeah.
Right? She had the numbers. And I do want to point something out, because like all of us, especially when we talk about the most recent entry on this list, a lot of us are enjoying like the new line of female rappers. Cardi B was like Nicki Minaj didn't want to share the spotlight. Cardi B was okay with sharing the spotlight, and it was a huge changing of the guard. So like, I don't know. I wish it wasn't in this way. I do like that she has something to acknowledge that part of history. But no, I don't think this album should have won over any of these 4. And like, I am like famously nowhere near, like, I don't like Astroworld nearly as much as like the average person.
But I just have a comment on Astroworld. If Astroworld won and the whole incident at Astroworld happened,
that would have looked bad.
That would not have looked great. Yeah. And like, but you know, I don't like Astroworld as nearly as I think most people, but I would have still put it above it. I think Daytona is probably Daytona or Swimming are like I love those albums.
Yeah.
Daytona's one of Pusha T's best solo pieces of work.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he's just been getting better and better each time. But
how many times can you rap about cocaine?
How many?
Not enough.
Still good. But all right, let's go on to 2020.
Oh, what are we giving it? Like a B?
Oh, Invasion of Privacy. I give it a C. Like
easy.
Like
easy C.
You know, like the thing is that like, you know, for every big hit that I genuinely do enjoy, I think Bodak Yellow is awesome. I think Drip is really good, but like fucking, I like it with so generic. I did not like it. Like, yeah, I give it a B- maybe. But
right, Jasper,
let's go to another one. Time of the Creator, 2020, Igor.
So good.
This is very good. But I think I do have some controversial takes here.
Okay.
I think Revenge of the Dreamers 3 should have won.
Oh.
Okay, here's the thing, right? I'm going to make a comparison that's going to make Jasper rip his skin off. I compare it very much to Take Care. I don't think you can debate it on quality. I think on quality alone, I do think Igor is the best of these 5 albums.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it is a stretch to call it hip hop.
But what else?
I think it is a stretch to even call it rap. I think it is a pop album. And I think it should have been nominated accordingly, and it just didn't because of who Tyler the Creator is as a person. And I don't like that.
I don't know. I mean, it's got verses, like rapped verses on pretty much every song.
Yeah, I get it, but
like
first
still is the medium. It's just it's wrapped in different packaging.
Yes,
it's a rap album, not a hip hop album. Is the thing? It's like it's the rap combination.
I think if you wanted to pull that out, I think that's the wrong Tyler album.
I mean, that's fair too. Yeah.
I think, well, first off, like, not to pull the Trump card, but like Tyler calls this a pop album. Like,
he says he's writing pop songs.
Yeah, he says he's writing. Yeah, like to me, Earthquake, the biggest song off of this. Maybe not the best song. That's probably New Magic.
Earthquake is not the biggest song off of this.
Is it
New
not?
Magic Wand is. No, New Magic Wand is a bigger song, 100%.
In terms of streaming, that's what he's referring to.
Okay.
Earthquake
I just mean in terms of like people in the world. Like when I think of like, oh, what's a song on this that like people who aren't super dialed into
going
music.
to say Earthquake.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And I also think like the look for Earthquake is like iconic. So like once again, I would give Igor like an A+, probably, maybe not totally an S, because there's quite a few Tyler projects I like more.
Yeah.
But it was the first Tyler project I ever really loved. And,
me too.
And like, listen, I am not upset with it. I think it's a better album than the Corday album. I think it's a better album than the 21 Savage album, which was a good album. This 21 Savage album was a very good album. Meek Mill's Championships, good. Revenge of the Dreamers, though, is a very, very good album. And it's also just like a fundamental hip hop album. And also, we haven't seen like a label or a posse or like a larger group be nominated in this entire time, right? So I think it is just like that. Once again, like, I don't think you can debate Igor on quality. I think you can on genre.
I agree. I mean, that's totally fair. It's just one of those things where even though it may not be exactly aligned, I think nothing comes close to the quality of this in terms of the rollout, the polish, everything about it is just flawless execution.
It was. You look at everything, it's an S.
Yeah.
I get
yeah, I think it's an S.
Yeah, I think it's a very good album. I would probably give it an A+.
Jeff, do you have any thoughts on at least a letter?
No.
We'll give it an S.
Yeah. All right, moving on to 2021. Nas finally gets his Grammy.
Well, we can't forget to say this is the first year after the pandemic.
This is the first year.
Yeah, that is the first year after the pandemic.
So this year is pretty lackluster.
Is it?
Nah. Give it to Alfredo. I don't care.
Yeah, no. I think because like, okay, I can Alfredo, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, like the allegory wasn't great. Like I remember people talking about that one because of Royce the 5'9". I did not like it. A Written Testimony I thought was okay.
Yeah, it was good. Well, I mean, I don't think in a stacked year like it could have been.
But like, I think
think it would've been
Alfredo
nominated.
is extremely good. Like, this is an extremely good
I think
album.
Alfredo should have won.
I think
Black
Alfredo should have won
Habit?
easily.
D-Smoke? I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Yeah. Also, but like at the same time, I do want to just give credit to King's Disease. Like,
It was good.
yes, I think it's fair to say that this is a weaker year, but this is one of the biggest bounce backs of all time. Right? The King's Disease.
I feel like this is another one where they just, Nas is towards the end of his career.
Mhm.
I think they were just more, this is a top album.
Have you
Let's give
heard
him
the
his
album?
flowers. Yeah, no, I have. Like, as I'm saying, like, this is his top album right now
Yeah.
compared to everything else we have. Let's give him his flowers. And
But
give it
like
to him now. 'cause
but like
they
he dropped this album like it was supposed to be part of a series. Like, people knew there was going to be more coming.
Yeah, but as I'm saying, like, they're not going to see him put anything at this quality out past this time. So give him his flowers now instead of waiting and thinking he's going to put something else out.
Yeah,
like,
because like the other King's Disease albums all got nominated, all worthy. I think this is, I mean, I don't know. Like, on one hand, it's like, oh, do I want Nas to not have a Grammy? I don't know. Probably not. But like, I do think Alfredo's the better album. Like, Alfredo's an S quality album to me.
I agree with that.
Illmatic needs an honorary Grammy, is what we need.
Yeah, Illmatic needs an honorary Grammy. But yeah, I agree that this is a overall weaker year. I just think, Freddie Gibbs, The Alchemist Alfredo is one of the best albums I think the Grammys have ever nominated. Right. And also, like, an artist like Freddie Gibbs getting nominated, I think is huge.
It's dope because it may not happen again, if we're being honest.
No, it probably won't because of who he is as a person. Like,
yes, I was gonna say not because of the music, just because of, like you said, politics.
Yeah.
What do you think about King's Disease? A letter?
B.
I would give it an A. I would give it a strong A. I think the only real caveat on it is obviously it's not Nas's best album. I think that's still Illmatic. But I think it might be the best comeback of all time.
I have no attachments to this album. I'm not.
I don't have a whole lot of attachments to King's Disease. It's just that I do really like Hit Boy as a producer.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Hit Boy as a producer. And I think the production on these albums, I think he does an incredible job of like drawing like a line between like what Nas was doing in like the late 90s and like what is popular in 2021. Right? Like, I think this is an impeccably produced album. Maybe not as well produced as Alfredo. But like, I think it's an impeccably well produced album. I think the fact that they kept that production quality up for 3 albums is insane.
Yep.
Right? So I don't know. I don't want to like put this off as like, oh, this is like just should not have won, even though there's a better album in the category. It's like, I'm very conflicted. All right. Let's
Grammy's
go.
giving him his flowers.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to 2022. This one,
Beeman.
Yeah, this one I think this one surprised me as well. Tyler, the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost.
Slam dunk.
Yeah. Let's talk about the other nominees. So, Kanye West, Donda, which, that was a time. I think that album is aging like milk.
I listened to Hurricane today. It was okay.
Hurricane's a good song. But it's just like, it's so, like, going back and re-listening to it, it just sounds so flat. It just sounds so undynamic.
It doesn't sound like a Kanye album.
Huh?
It's the only way I'm able to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's taking this out of the album.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like, listen, I think like there are good songs on that album. I just think it's bloated, and I think like the overall sound of it is just like weird.
And we can't forget the rollout.
Yeah, and we can't forget the rollout, which was iconic and awful all at once. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Then we had King's Disease 2.
Which same thing as King Disease 1. I feel like all the takes are similar.
Yeah, no, all the takes on King Disease 2.
Yeah.
The Drake's Certified Lover Boy, Certified Boy Lover.
Which withdrew.
Yes, withdrew. So,
well, it wasn't going to win anyway, so,
wasn't going to win anyway. Yeah, it does. On one hand, like, I do appreciate like people just standing up against like a system they don't like. Like, I appreciate that like The Weeknd doesn't nominate his work. But at the same time, it's like this is clearly a temper tantrum.
And the problem with that is that Drake's standing up for it for the wrong reasons, which is I'm the biggest artist in the world, therefore I should win automatically.
Right? Yeah.
Is like his whole take.
But
so,
then
fuck that guy.
But there's one other album that I think needs to be discussed, and that is J. Cole's The Off Season.
Yes.
Which I would probably have given it to. Call Me If You Get Lost is great. I love the album. I do. At the time, it was maybe my favorite Tyler project. I really love The Off Season.
This brings me questions.
I really love The Off Season.
Yeah, but with Tyler winning for Call Me If You Get Lost, brings me the question for this coming season. Like, if he can win for that,
I mean, I think he's easily going to be a new.
Can he not be nominated or win for Chromacopia?
I mean, I think there's an argument that this is a. I mean, I don't know. I think I like Chromacopia more, but I think this is more of a consistent album, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I do think there's something to be said. Like, yeah, I think it is clear that Tyler is going to become the Grammys golden boy, like the same way Kanye West was. You know, like it's. I think that is a inevitability. Just because I think
this. Yeah.
I think you know, I get that like Tyler is like very aggressively trying not to be the next Kanye, and like, you know, I respect that, but I think he's just nothing can change the fact that he is like the right combination of like approachable and he's like the right combination of like approachable, deep, and everything. You know, he's got all that going on.
It's in true artist. He celebrates the art and the actual process of crafting art.
Yeah, right. Which is, you know, as I've said, like he's just someone, I think this week really bears this out. He's just someone who enjoys making music, and like that comes across. Right? So
it's art for the sake of art, but art that can still carry a message while being for the sake of creation, which is a really cool thing. Because a lot of people get lost in art for the sake of art in a way that doesn't necessarily have a message outside of they enjoy it. And that's great when you don't have an audience. But if you have an audience, it just becomes harder to entertain in that way, I feel like.
I still don't understand what you're saying. Like, to me, it's like it's not even like I disagree. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like all art has a message, even if it's not intentional.
I agree with that. It's just that whether or not an audience picks up on that message and runs with it and resonates with it is if it when it's a spectator sport that you are producing art for or into, it's the context of like the optics of what you're creating, I think, are really important too.
Yeah, but like I agree with that, but like also sometimes your audience is wrong. Like,
oh, I agree.
Like
100%.
not Blood Meridian. What's The Road? Like sat unpublished in a desk for like 20 years.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
You know,
but
like,
but there's the knowledge of what you can make art and package it in a way that's really good, where people who, even if they don't necessarily understand it, can still like enjoy or appreciate the experience of it. And I think there's a lot of rap and a lot of art that goes that way, because there's a lot of casual listeners out there who aren't going to fine tooth comb every lyric, but they're going to enjoy the rollout and the aesthetics and the music and everything else that comes with it. You know, I think there's levels to the enjoyment, and that's like part of what Tyler does really well.
Yeah. All right. I think we all, well, okay, so what grade do we give Call Me If You Get Lost?
I was going to say an A.
I give it an A.
As good as Igor.
I don't know. I might go S. I think I do like this one more than Igor.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I put him like...
I do. It's a little bit more hip-hoppy. Yeah, you know, I kind of like that. The thing I like about Chromacopia is I think Chromacopia is very dynamic. It goes all over the place and feels intentional. But this is a DJ drama mixtape, and it's shows, and I like that. The thing is that, like, I don't know. I think I don't know. I would give this an A. I just don't know if I would give The Off Season an S. You know what I mean? And it's like,
I would not give The Off Season an S personally.
Yeah, I don't think it's his best album, but I think it's his best after 2014 Forest Hill Drive. I like it more than KOD.
I wouldn't give any J. Cole album an S.
You're crazy.
Yeah, well, that's because of your complexion. Like,
that's a bad take. I mean, I don't like his flow. Simple as.
I mean, I'd give him an S. Not on this album, but can't say it.
2014 Forest Hill Drive.
I'd give it an A. I wouldn't give it an S. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like I think like I don't think this is his best album, but like I like it more than KOD. I like it more than the one with Neighbors. I love that song.
For Your Eyes.
For Your Eyes Only. I don't think that's a very good album. And was there another one between the two?
I mean, Revenge of the Dreamers.
I do like Revenge of the Dreamers, but I don't see it as a J. Cole project. I see it as a Dreamville project, which is more or less the same thing. Yeah.
On the Martin Luther King feature, I'm disappointed.
Yeah. So yeah, this one I think is the biggest toss up. Like I am absolutely in no shape, way, or form like, oh, Call Me If You Get Lost is like the clearly inferior project. I think that's insane. No. I just, and I also don't think you can argue genre. Call Me If You Get Lost is a rap album.
Yeah, it is. Dude, look at his live performance of Massa. It's like, what is that if not that? It's crazy.
All right. On to 2023.
Mr. Morale.
The Return of King Kendrick. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
We've been waiting.
Complicated album, I think.
Therapy.
Yeah, it's a therapy album. I think like a really important album. I also think, like To Pimp a Butterfly, I think it's more re-listenable than people think. I think there's a lot of fun songs on this. Let's talk about the other 4 nominees, though, before we talk about this one. We have DJ Khaled, God Did. Gross.
Fuck that guy. Get that shit out of here.
Future, I Never Liked You. This album's good.
This is a good album.
This is a good album. Jack Harlow, Come Home, the Kids Miss You. Okay.
Whatever.
And then Pusha T, It's Almost Dry.
He did it again.
I would have given this to Pusha T. I would have given this
Me too.
I would have given this to Pusha T. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, I think it's great. I think it goes into some very bold places. I think it's a very interesting concept album. I think it uses the double album thing. I think it's great. I think it might be my least, besides Section 80, my least favorite Kendrick album.
I have a hot take.
What's your hot take?
If Kendrick wasn't nominated or put out an album this year, I think Jack Harlow would have won.
Which is crazy.
I the thing is, like, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think ultimately to me, it's just, I would put It's Almost Dry as like a better album. So it's like,
I just don't think they would ever give it to Pusha T.
Maybe not on
That's
this.
true.
Maybe not on.
That's true.
I think, spoilers for next week. I think there's a chance this Clips album could get it, but like,
I hope it might get it, but
it won't if it's competing against GNX. I'll tell you that much. But like,
I mean, we also have Jid coming up. We have Alfredo too coming up.
Yeah, but I can see those
Chromacopia.
Chromacopia. Yeah, I can see Jid and Alfredo too not being taken seriously by the Grammys.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but
I mean, Alfredo 1 was nominated, so
that's a fair point.
And based off everything that we've done, they do nominate those sequels.
Unfortunately, it is. We did just talk about it for the last 2 hours, so.
Got to say, King's Disease 3 is coming up next year.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I mean, time out. Something that should have been nominated that was not, The Forever Story. That would have been nominated for this year.
And Denzel Curry.
Talking about shit, yeah.
Yeah, Denzel, like, I think, I would have put The Forever Story, honestly, above everything besides It's Almost Dry.
Yep.
I would have put Melt My Eyes, See Your Future above everything except.
How does DJ Khaled get nominated?
Because
marketing.
Yeah.
Like
he's a meme. It sells views because people want to see what DJ Khaled's doing.
I think, unfortunately, a whole lot of these artists are just nominated because of their popularity and because of the marketing behind being able to say that they're nominated.
Yep.
That's why I think Jack Harlow would have won.
And I think the 100%. I think the ugly truth that we have to contend is that there are artists that we're really happy are on this list that are probably equally true. Right? Like Chance the Rapper.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think Coloring Book deserved it. I love that album, but I think it's the same thing.
And that started a whole new trend with them now including mixtapes.
Yeah, exactly.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, so I would give Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers a strong A+. I would put Pusha T's It's Almost Dry as an S. I think it is incredible. All right. We're in the home stretch. We are now in the era of albums. Oh, this is actually technically started with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, of albums that came out while we were doing this show.
Yeah.
This one was a big one for me because, naturally, obviously Run the Jewels 2 was not nominated. Run the Jewels 4. Yeah, like 2020, Run the Jewels 4 should have been nominated and won, obviously. But the winner, Killer Michael.
Great album.
Great album.
Really good album.
Bit of a stacked competition now. And we have Drake and 21 Savage, Her Loss. I liked it more than I care to admit.
That's fair. That is fair to say.
Yeah, I like it more than Metro Boomin, Heroes and Villains, also very good.
Also very good.
Nas, King's Disease 3. And Travis Scott, Utopia.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm feeling for more.
I gotta be honest, I think during the whole Jack Boys kerfuffle, I re-listened to Utopia. I think it's another album that's aging like milk. Like, I think there are some songs on there that are really, really good, obviously. But like, it's like, I don't know, dude. It's like Astroworld, where like a year later, I was like, everything just sounds very samey. And now I go back and it's like, this all just sounds very samey. Right? Like
Travis Scott, I feel, is like, falling into a bad spot right now.
Now, like, listen, is there seven?
He's growing a reputation. Yeah.
Is there 7 or 8?
Go
ahead.
He's growing a reputation of being hard to work with. And I think that's putting an effect on his music.
Right.
Maybe. We can talk about that next week. I mean, that's probably like a perfect topic for next week for sure.
Yeah. But like, am I upset or offended that Utopia is nominated? Absolutely not. It was a moment it was a big moment. It was a big album.
Big rollout. I think a great example of like why I think rollouts maybe have an overinflated sense of importance. Because like Utopia, in my opinion, I don't want to call it bad because it wasn't bad. It just like I feel like got fucked over a lot. Like a lot. There was just like I remember he was going to do a listening party in front of the Pyramids of Egypt, and it was like a sandstorm, and it's like there was like a ton of shit with the rollout that just didn't happen. And like it wasn't because like there was a lack of vision or anything. It was just like acts of God,
The
like
video you hated, the movie you hated.
The worst thing I've ever seen, dude. I have seen films where people are like put finished film, and it's like the movie is you walk through it. You walk through the
Purvis, why would you bring this up?
The worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And I paid twice as much. I paid twice as much as I paid to see Superman, Sinners. Imagine that. Imagine paying.
He put out a movie.
Imagine paying twice, and you had to pay the special performance price. It was more expensive than going to an IMAX theater.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
How could we have known?
Deeply offended me. Like,
how could we have known?
Deeply offended me. Like, this is my balloon. Like, it is like.
That's fair.
Like,
I'll allow it.
It has the worst angles I've ever seen. The worst shooting angles I've seen in a movie since the Phantom Menace. Like,
time out. I will say the first half, where it's actually the music videos that got released later as music videos, are solid. Like,
I
those
think
are
the
fun.
Modern Jam video is very good.
I like the one for Del Resto where he's in the car. I thought that one was pretty good.
I thought
the music videos at the beginning were good.
Yeah,
they
I think the whole.
I thought they were okay. I don't think they were offensively bad. I think they do not stand up to the. You are going to be twice as much as you would for a movie.
I agree. I agree with the pricing. Yes, absolutely. But artfully, I think the first half has merit, whereas the second half, where it's the live stream show thing at the Coliseum, whatever the fuck it is, fuck all that. Just get rid of it.
Yeah. Okay, but regardless, I think the point is that like I don't think a bad rollout matters if the album stacks up.
Yeah,
and I think Utopia did, at least for his audience.
I think for a Travis project, this is the most ambitious we've seen him since Astroworld when it comes to like it's first of all it's been a long time, it was a long time, and he came back and it's lyrically the sharpest he's ever been. And he's incorporating new sounds, and it's just kind of walking some new territory, which is kind of nice. It didn't feel like he was retreading anything, which was, I think, a breath of fresh air.
Do you?
I think so. I mean, I think a lot of the sounds and a lot of the aesthetics on this album are really unique, especially when you compare it to what came before this, which is Astroworld.
I think there are moments that are unique.
I think we need to go back and rewatch the episode we did for Utopia. We all like Utopia and all said it was.
We all liked Utopia a week after it came out.
I
still listen to it. Yeah, I love it. I think it's a great album.
Yeah. No, it's just like it's falling off for me, and maybe it's just because like to me it just feels too much like a product too. Like, it feels like I don't know. It has like this whole conceptual rollout, and it's like, what does Utopia mean? It's like, well, apparently it's Drake's hotel room. Like, and then the whole meltdown thing is like not a great look in the.
No, it's not. I agree. I called that out when it came out.
Yeah.
What are we giving Michael?
I would give Michael an A+. I don't think Michael is aging that well either.
I would give it an A. I think that his whole landlord thing is cringe.
Yeah, I think the whole I think a lot of the landlord bars are really cringe, especially juxtaposed against Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, you can't go from Kill Your Masters to Pay Your Rent. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah. And Scientists and Engineers is overrated as like a lead single.
Yeah, I don't hate that take.
We've talked about this.
I gotta be honest. I don't think I think it's a good song.
Yeah, you have agreed with me on this before because I said it shouldn't have won Best Rap Song, and you agreed with me. Like, this is, I think the Andre verse is recycled. I just don't think it's a very good song. But yeah.
And let's not forget, he also got arrested that night.
Yeah,
for something stupid. Whatever.
Yeah,
he did.
Silly. Good publicity.
Good publicity.
Glorilla just got arrested for somebody robbing her house. Like,
that's insane.
That's nuts.
That is insane.
What can you do?
All right, now should we go on?
Never mind. Sorry, I'm not going to say it. Go ahead.
No,
I'm not going to say it. It's much worse than.
Okay.
Never mind.
The last one. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So we go to the most recent nominee or winner, and that is Doechie's "Alligator Bites Never Heal."
The newest one.
Much deserved.
Much deserved. Let's go over the nominees. I don't know if this is a solid A+ album. I don't know if I would put it in S tier, but I would absolutely put it in AA+.
She's too young in her career for us to give this an S tier, I feel.
Right, and it's still technically a mixtape, right? Like, I think this is another one, like, just because like the beats aren't reused and everything, like, I think it feels like an album, like maybe I don't know, probably as much as Coloring Book, maybe more than Acid Rap.
I was literally about to say shout out Chance for allowing mixtapes.
And like, I gotta be honest to you, against the nominees, I don't.
No,
might delete later.
No,
that was another mixtape.
Might delete later. Another mixtape and did not age well.
Sucks.
I'm sorry. It's easily J. Cole's worst project.
I mean, he took the best song off it.
Huh?
It's Goat Wash season.
Yeah, no, it was easily J. Cole's worst project.
And he took his best song off.
And he took the best song off of it. Yeah. Common and Pete Rock, I'd never listened to, but I'm sure it's very good.
Nope.
Yeah.
Eminem, The Death of Slim Shady.
Very controversial.
Maybe his best album since Rehab, but that's not a great bar.
The bar's not high now.
No. Some great songs, some great moments, but no.
Great features.
Oh, excellent features. But and then Future and Metro Boomin, We Don't Trust You. I think this was the only other one that could be considered.
Yeah.
Right? I think this album's great. I think this album obviously kicked off like a cultural maelstrom that, I don't think we'll ever see in hip hop ever again. And yeah, I think Future and Metro Boomin just were the moment in 2024. Am I super upset that Doechii beat it out? No, not at all.
Yeah, no.
Right. It is.
No, she had the momentum.
And the thing is that, like, Doechii, I think, has like almost like a, I don't know, just like a fully locked down approach, because this album appeals to two people. It appeals to the people who listen to pop and hardcore hip hop heads. That's who like this album. That's a very rare crossover. And I think she's doing it very well. I think if she can extend that, I think her and Tyler are going to be the industry darlings going on, right? And much deserved. But yeah. I don't think I think this is an A album. I don't think it's an S. I don't think anything nominated this year that year was an S. But yeah, I think it's as simple as that.
That brings us up to now.
For next year, which is almost certainly going to either be a shit show.
It's going to be a stacked year.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope the Grammys doesn't do any
the right ones.
Yeah, and they've been getting better. That's the other thing. I feel like the last couple of years, like I do think overall the last couple of years have been a little bit more. And it's hard to say because like we weren't there in the moment in the early 2000s or the 90s.
Yeah,
we're missing something.
What are we missing?
2025. Bando Stone in the New World should have been nominated
for hip hop.
Yeah, it's got verses. It's got rap. It is almost every track except for like an instrumental one.
I ain't mad at it. I agree, but simply because I'm looking at the competition, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's not a year which was competitive.
Yeah, yeah, I think I think it's a little bit of the Igor thing where it's like yes, I think there's rapping. I think that's a very dynamic genre bending album.
Yeah, it is.
I think maybe almost intentionally so, like obfuscating things like the Grammys. But yeah, no, I would absolutely prefer to see that on this list than Eminem, The Death of Slim Shady, and I don't think that's a bad album.
When is the cutoff for the Grammys?
Who knows? I think it changes often.
Yeah, I will say this album, Band of Stone, just my soapbox for like 2 seconds, should have been nominated for this because the only thing it was actually nominated for was Best Progressive R&B Album, which I'm sorry, what?
No, I kind of have to disagree with you there. I feel like that's actually a better description of the album's content than hip hop.
Progressive R&B?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I would think maybe alternative R&B on like a third of it.
Is there an alternative R&B category? I could be.
That's a good question, actually. I'm always, maybe they're conflating the two. I don't know if that's
yeah.
Yeah, but Anderson .Paak won it anyway, so whatever.
Yeah. So it's yeah, and that was a very good album. That was a very good album.
It was deserved. But the thing, it's like when you have something that doesn't fit in genres, it just kind of floats
and it sucks.
It sucks. Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like So yeah, I mean, I would not have been upset.
Blue Lips.
Yeah. Blue Lips could have been on this. Blue Lips. Yeah.
Dark Times.
Dark Times could have been on there.
Purvis, your boy could have had a Hardstone Psycho on here.
Yeah, honestly, I'm
sorry. Yeah, I mean, I kind of recoiled, and then I'm like, I did think Hardstone Psycho was a better album than The Death of Slim Shady and Might Delete Later.
Yeah, it's a very good album.
I did genuinely.
Yeah, it's held up.
Yeah, I think it's a good album.
But I understand. Don Toliver is not a Grammy album or Grammy artist.
Yeah, right. I mean, I think there's a lot of craft there. I think he's a very good performer. It's just that I think clearly the Grammys are biased towards like a sense of depth, right?
And honestly, I'm not upset. I get it.
Yeah,
it's an understanding going.
And I think that's the other thing. I think liberating yourself from the expectations. Like my favorite artists. My favorite artists are like Run the Jewels and Belly, and it's like none of them are here. Like
they're not gonna get any.
They're not gonna get nominated. It's like, and as I said, 2014,
Samurai with Lupe could
be really good. But yeah, this 2014, Drake, Nothing Was the Same, Magna Carta, Holy Grail, this whole era, Run the Jewels 2 should have been in there. I don't think it's better than Good Kid, Mad City, but
should have been nominated.
I think it's absolutely better than The Heist. I think it's absolutely better than Nothing Was the Same. Magna Carta, Holy Grail. Maybe Jesus. I don't know.
Don't want to do recommendations because I gotta go pee.
Yeah, I gotta go pee too. Let's do recommendations. Okay. Do you want me to start, or does anyone want to start? Who wants to go?
I'll start. So my first song is gonna be something I found off Instagram Reels. The Howl and the Hum, No Calories and Cocaine, the acoustic version.
Amazing.
It is great. I do recommend it.
Okay. Awesome.
I'll go. My first song, I'm doing something not genre related, considering that we just did, 30 years of hip hop albums. I'm going with Myth by Beach House. Just
Beach
classic.
House is good. A modern day sample favorite.
Silver Soul, baby.
Yeah. All right, I'll go next. As a little bit of a teaser for next week, I'm going to recommend Virginia Clips. I went back. Low key, I love this Clips album. I went back and listened to Lord Willing. Lord Willing. Amazing album. I went through a little bit of. I have a weird history with clips where I didn't even know they existed until Daytona, and I went back and listened to Lord Willing a lot in 2019, and then when this album came out, went right back to it and fit like an old glove. Talk about an album that should have been nominated. And yeah, Virginia, absolutely bling era classic.
Nice. Purvis?
I'm going to do a mix that I found on Instagram. Someone did the beat for "Let Me Hold You" by Bow Wow over the Hillbillies, and it was phenomenal.
That's so funny.
Ooh.
It is so good.
All right, Jeff, it's your turn.
So my next song is gonna be off the new Clips album, "The Birds Don't Sing." It's one of my favorite songs off it, and the whole meaning behind it.
So
you're getting Pusha's verse from the death of their mom, and then you get Malice's verse from the death of their dad. Just the story behind it's so good.
It's a phenomenal song.
It's a phenomenal song. Hell of an opener. One of the best openers in a long time.
Did all of you do a Clip song?
Fuck yeah. Mine is Ace Trumpets. The only song, the only hip hop song I have ever heard where I will excuse a human bodily function bar.
Dude,
because
yellow diamonds look like pee-pee. I be saying that all the time, dude.
This, spoiler alert, this may be beat of the year. Like,
over So Be It?
So be it, man.
Oh my God.
Ace Trumpets over So Be It? So be it. The way the bass comes in on this is unbelievable, and Pharrell has outdone himself. We'll talk about it next week.
Dude, Ace Trumpets is so good. And that Malice verse. Aggressive.
Yeah.
Aggressive.
I sent the meme for all of our listeners. I sent a meme to the group chat where it's like how Malice verses be hitting, and it's a Holy Bible cut into the shape of a handgun.
I think about that meme every day.
Me too. I listened to it on the way to work today, like biking.
I am shooting you with the verses.
Okay. All right, I want to slow this one down. I'm recommending something that's not hip hop because we lost one of the most important figures in music of the last 100 years this week.
Yeah, we did.
A living legend who I think is prime for Switch Up September, even though I have a specific one I want to do that isn't Black Sabbath. But Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace. I'm recommending Changes by Black Sabbath. Famously sampled on, not famously, but like sampled on a song on Recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I will close this out. This actually came with my shuffle. I don't think any of us know this artist.
I do.
Oh, really?
I've heard of him.
I found an artist called Open Mike Eagle.
I know Open Mike Eagle. I watch his YouTube videos every day.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He literally just dropped an album like this week.
He's performing in Chicago tonight. I was gonna go to the show until we moved the recording.
I'm shocked no one has ever said this person's name.
He's not someone I listen to often. He is someone I visit when he releases an album. Like,
that's fair. Well, surprise, he just dropped an album like literally like this week or last week.
Yeah.
First song on the album, absolutely phenomenal. Wake Up Knowing Everything. Highly recommend. Go tap in. I can't even describe the music, but it sounds very good. So,
all right.
That's all.
We lived.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we lived through our 150th episode. This was a long one, so buckle in, enjoy, like, subscribe, share. If you're still here, hi, Isaac. All right, welcome. Got a bunch of shows lined up for you guys, so stay subscribed and keep listening.